And it's a lovely day here on Boxing Day. Hope you're having a good time celebrating the Christmas period wherever you're watching this from. This is a really important game for both sides because 2010 has not been the best of years. The Pakistan side are on New Zealand shores for the next 6 weeks, and they're going to incorporate some 2020 Test cricket and, of course, some all-important one-day internationals. These are the two sides for today, with Ryder and Guptill at the top of the order for New Zealand, with Brownlee on debut, Taylor the captain, Styris, Franklin, McGlashan to wear the gloves, and Nathan McCullum, no Brendan today, Mills, Southey, and another debutant, the young speedster, Adam Milne. They are in the field, New Zealand. They won the toss and decided to have a crack at the Pakistani top order, which includes Afridi, Hafiz, Khan, Yunus Khan that is, Ahmed Shahzad, who's a very exciting prospect, we're told, Umar Akmal, we've seen him delight here in New Zealand before, Fawad Alam, Abdul Razak Umagal, Wahab Riaz, Saeed Ajmal, and yes, Shoaib Akhtar back in New Zealand. We're all excited about that. Let's head straight across to our first commentary pairing for the afternoon. It's a happy Christmas to Craig McMillan and Mark Richardson.
Thank you, Ian. Mohammad Hafiz will open with Shahid Afridi, the captain. Actually, just looking down through that list, Craig McMillan, who joins me, is it's not actually that young side. We expected it to field a young side with some players still suspended, but there's a lot of old heads in this Pakistan team.
Afternoon, Mark and viewers. Yes, been for a few years. Bit of a surprise from the New Zealand setup. But you did right. Experienced Pakistan side.
Here we go. Fulham through the gap. And that'll be 4. Boy, arrived at that boundary pretty quickly.
Did it what? Mohammad Hafiz got a nice long half volley from James Franklin. And a full toss that he put away nicely. Just leant on it and it raced away. Outfield lightning today here at Eden Park. I think we've got a very good surface and it's going to be a high scoring match.
Some good carry there. And just kissed off the surface, so there's some pace on the wicket, and this ground should mean high scoring if the Pakistan players can lift their performance from the last match. Yeah, and in saying that they're an older team is almost a positive in a lot of ways, because it suggests that they've bought the best of the rest. With a few players missing, they've bought the best available cricketers they can. They haven't used this as a chance to go overboard with bloody new players, treat it as an A tour. That's good news.
Pakistan side is vastly experienced. You look at Shahid Afridi, or Bum Bum as he's known worldwide, loves hitting sixes, destructive player at the top of the order. Look at that strike rate, 144, highest score of 54. He is a dangerous player that New Zealand know they'll have to knock over nice and early. But there's some new faces in this New Zealand side today, Rig, and that's exciting as well.
Goes after the first one, gave that everything, Shahid Afridi. Well, there's one of the new faces, Adam Milne. Picked because he's quick, so it'll be good to watch.
He sure will. It'll be interesting to see how fast he bowls today. A lot of talk that he can bowl over 140k. Of course, Adam Milne, only 18 years old, so a real youngster on debut today. Be interesting to see what pace he can get up, but a real prospect.
Franklin. We were talking to Franklin also in the build-up, and I asked him as almost an afterthought, does he still consider that he has the bowling option, because he's very much seen as a batsman. He's made his way back into the team through batting performances for Wellington, and he finds himself opening the bowling.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise, as I said at the top. I haven't seen this for a couple of years. Franklin with the new ball generally bowls in the middle, but it's been given a new task today.
It's back in the future in a lot of ways. That's how he began, opening the bowling for the Black Caps.
Probably the biggest strides Franklin's made of late is with the bat. Powerful, brutal player who can come in at number 6 or 7 and hit the boundaries as he did in India. One of the few success stories of that recent tour by New Zealand. But this format 2020 rig, I think, suits both these sides. Pakistan have beaten New Zealand in 4 of the last 5 matches, so real prospect today.
Apart from the first ball, not a bad over that from Franklin. End of the first over, 7 without loss.
It's a strong lineup. Look at Yunus Khan coming in at number 3, a lot of experience. Umar Akmal, who will come in on that list at number 5. He is a talented young player who we saw in New Zealand last season. Abdul Razak, of course, has been around a long time. And Shoaib Akhtar, I'm looking forward to seeing Shoaib bowling today. Rig, we faced him a lot in years gone by. They say he's not as quick, but he's still a showman and an entertainer, so that will be good to see today.
Carl Mills will share the new ball with James Franklin, a player who is very much accustomed to open the bowling now. The Black Caps been doing it for some time. Outside edge in the air for some way, but doesn't carry.
Well, a hint of a waist swing there for Mills, and it was a yes-no. Nathan McCullum, very good in the field. Got the throw in. Tough one for Pete McGlashan. He's back with the gloves for quite a while. Hasn't been in this New Zealand side, so good opportunity for him today.
Flamboyant looking sort of effort to work that away on the onside.
Oh, already we're seeing on this Eden Park wicket some good bounce. Look how high that was. Surprised Afridi. He's trying to work it to the onside, and the extra bounce surprised him. So we've got a really good cricket wicket here. We're going to see some entertaining stuff on Boxing Day.
Oh, stroke. Really good stroke. There's a man out there, but the short boundary does him. That was Guptill. He thought he was in with a chance, but in the end, the timing was just too good.
Oh, the power of Shahid Afridi. This time Mills drifting into middle and leg. And look at that, it's just a flick. Look at those wrists, just a flick. And it went to the longest boundary on the park. 70 metres out there. Martin Guptill thought he had half a chance, but he didn't. Good start from Afridi.
Straight up and over. And 6. That is the short boundary. What's that, about 48 metres down that way if you top edge it.
Well, Mills isn't happy with this. He's banged it in shorter, and Afridi's tried to pull it on the leg side. And look at the edge, and it's gone all the way for 6. Not a big boundary down there. Third man had no chance. And this is what Afridi can do if he gets going. The ball travels to all parts.
Well, the wicket's tailor-made for that too. It's got bounce and pace. You have to be very careful if you drop short. That's a better line and length. Anything short offering width, you just got to throw the bat at it, and top edges will carry all the way.
Well, you did right. Pace and bounce, no width. Can't afford to give these Pakistani batsmen any width at all. And that's a much better line and length from Mills. A little bit of a shake of the head. Not the ideal start for him.
And again, top edge again. This one's gone square. Probably won't go to the boundary. No, it won't. It'll be hauled in out there. Good over for Pakistan. Really good over. It's 21 without loss after 2. Well, as always, the National Bank are heavily involved in cricket at all levels this summer, and you can find out all the details of their various initiatives on the website, nationalcricketclub.co.nz. If you're a player or a fan, it's worth checking out these super camps around the country where you can meet the National Bank's new ambassador, Shane Bond, and some of the Black Caps as well. looks like we're going to see a bowling change already. Interestingly enough, it comes at James Franklin's end, and Franklin actually bowled a pretty good first up over, 1 over 7. So it's going to be Adam Milne, this young fast bowler on debut. Young man, just 18 years of age. And he becomes New Zealand's youngest T20 player. The previous youngest was Tim Southee at 19 years. He'll be nervous, the heart will be pounding. And we just want to see this one hit the pitch. Probably make sure he doesn't bowl a no ball or a wide. Here he goes. Starts well. And he's going to start with a boundary. That's a little unlucky because that was full and straight. It was fast and it's been well played.
Tough start for the youngster, Milne. It was full and straight, just a touch full, and nice shot from Mohamed Hafiz. He used the pace of Adam Milne, and it raced away.
Well, that's a brilliant shot because, for all intents and purposes, that was a Yorker. And it just eased down at 142k, the first ball in international cricket for young Milne. A little bit straighter.
I don't think it gets any more daunting as a young fast bowler, Mark, than bowling to Shahid Afridi at the other end. I'm sure some of the more experienced players in the New Zealand team have passed on some advice. Ross Taylor, the New Zealand skipper today. But this is going to be an intriguing battle up against one of the most destructive players in world cricket.
Yeah, mistimed. And this could go for 4 as well. That's a little unfair, really, on the youngster. He hasn't done anything wrong as yet. And already he's coughed up 9 runs.
Well, not a bad delivery at all, but it's been bowled to Shahid Afridi, and it doesn't have to be a bad delivery to race away with this man. So powerful. Pick the gap at mid-wicket. As I said earlier, this outfield is lightning. Look at Milne thinking wasn't much wrong with that. He's going to have to do something special pretty quickly here.
Oh, that nearly carried. They'll sneak through for a quick one. And get there. Quick too, 148k. Well, that was his reply. Maybe he's got angry out there, the youngster.
Maybe he has. 148k. That's almost Shane Bond-like, isn't it? Will he hit 150 today? Wouldn't that be an effort? Just a second where I thought Styris was going to come in and try and catch that.
Well, through him there. Didn't bounce, but did him for almost pace. Well, they're hitting the stumps, the Black Caps, but they're not hitting them when it matters.
Well, this is the delivery 2 balls ago. I thought there was a half a chance for Styris just to come in, but he backed off quickly, decided to make sure it didn't get through for 4, and he did well. But Milne just starting to find his feet. Good pace. He's gone up to 148. Nathan McCullum's hit the stumps twice already in the field, so good start by the fielders.
And they hit again. And it doesn't matter. 32 for no wicket after 3. Good start by Pakistan. 32 for no wicket. Reedy on 20. Throwing the bat at the ball. Different times for the New Zealanders who would be so used to this ground with the pitch running in a different direction. It runs down north to south, straight up and down. It's very square ground, Eden Park. You can see with the way the ball has gone off the bat behind point, especially the first shot off Adam Milne, his first delivery, which was very full, and the batsman just eased down on it. The way it went for 4, that there's some great pace to be used on the surface.
It sure is. Mark Perham's done a great job. Which is pace and bounce. You see the ball going behind square a lot of the time. Big advantage for the batsman. They can use that pace as well. So
point. How well is this one hit? Not brilliantly, but it'll still run away for 4.
Really fast start by Pakistan here. Picking up on anything slightly loose from the New Zealanders. This time, Kyle Mills was a touch fault. And it allowed Hafiz to come forward and go up and over. Not afraid to use the air, are the Pakistanis. And they've made a fast start.
Dean Brownlee, the other player making his debut. Player blooded on the hard bouncy surfaces of Perth.
Yeah, born and bred in Perth, has a New Zealand passport, plays for Canterbury, and he's been fast-tracked. He's a good young player, a real stroke maker, who is an exciting talent. So looking forward to seeing him play today. First time for New Zealand.
He scored heavily in the A tour, the A program there, which is the place to do it.
Ross Taylor at mid-off there talking to Kyle Mills. He was at first slip, Ross Taylor. He's moved out, so New Zealand a bit more defensive now.
This will test that man out. Oh, put it down. Oh, dear me. Oh, and it's the youngster, is it? Oh, couldn't start any worse. He had a tough first over. Didn't do much wrong when he was bowling. Things didn't work out for him, and now on the field he's had a dreadful blunder.
Not the ideal start, you have to say. Good opportunity to get involved in the game there, take his first catch, and it's gone down. And I think Billy Bowden's gone upstairs for this, because the throw came in and hit the stumps on the full. Hafiz went hard at it. It's carried all the way to third man, and it's hit him on the wrist, in and out very quickly. And you watch the throw come in. Was there some lazy running here from the Pakistanis? Let's have a look. Good hard throw, came and hit the stumps on the full.
Oh, has he got his foot down? I think he's just down there. His heel is on the ground. Goodness gracious. It's still dreadful cricket. A dreadful piece of cricket all round in a lot of ways there.
And it's from the captain, the experience of a freedie. That's terrible. So close. Probably a frame from being run out just by not sliding your bat in the crease. Disappointment for that young man. Disappointment for Mills too. Would have been a big wicket.
Now again, this should be out though. This is a goober, an absolute goober, and it won't be put down. No, it won't. So it doesn't cost the Black Caps too much there. That was Tim Southey who was quite comfortable under that, and it's a big wicket too. It's a good wicket, the one they needed. Shahid Afridi goes.
Oh, excellent finish to the over from Mills. This time he goes short, bangs it in. Look at the extra bounce. That's what made it difficult for Afridi to get it to the leg side. Tim Southey did well. Eyes on it. Didn't go in that clean either, but Afridi has to go for 20. Pakistan are 37 for 1. Crucial wicket, really. It's just that extra pace and bounce. Look at how high it is. Up on the splice. Trying to get it a lot squarer, and Southey ended up taking a comfortable catch.
Probably the harder option, the easier option with the ball being on that line would have been to try to slash it away close over the top of third man, use the short boundary. A couple of disappointing pieces of cricket from Shahid Afridi there. One where he was very lazy running. He follows that lazy piece of running up with a bad option with the bat. So one down, 1 for 37, and a badly needed wicket for the Black Caps. Ahmed Shahzad is the new player. Figures he won't be that happy about, but it's only 3 matches. So early days for him.
good thing for Adam Milne. He gets the chance to atone for that drop catch straight away. He's got the ball in hand.
Well, he dearly love a wicket, would he? Yeah, you're probably not used to. It's a difficult task down there at third man as well. He would have gone back after that first over. It didn't go that well for him. Probably a busy head, and because you're standing so close, the ball would tend to rush at you. Trying to find a positive here, Macca, for the youngster. Anyway, he's got the ball in hand now. Oh, heaved away on the onside. That should run to the boundary as well. One of the longer boundaries if you do hit it on that angle. As long as it gets here, but certainly not long, and it's a fast outfield to boot.
Well, this seems like a favourite area for Shazad. He's underway. Not that striking on the eye, but he's picked the gap nicely at mid-wicket, and it's raced away. So there's a change straight away from New Zealand. Taylor comes out of first slip. Storis goes to mid-wicket, and Taylor's going to talk to his fast bowler and say, this is what I want. See, Storis has come in the circle there. There's no slip now. So pretty much a ring field for New Zealand, trying to give Milne some protection.
It's, oh dear, that's hard. That's really harsh stuff.
Always happens. You take out first slip. Where does the next one go? Straight to where he would have been. Well, I have a feeling this might have just gone wide and even over Ross Taylor at first slip. Carried through very quickly. Would have been difficult.
Yeah, I don't think there would have been a chance. That shows you quite nicely there that it went over the top, but even then, just a wild swing and outside edge. And it's a character builder, this one, for the young man, Adam Milne. Goes in short. What a stroke. That is an absolute ripper, that, from Shazad. Wow.
50 up for Pakistan, 51 in the fifth over. Haven't they come to play today? How about this boy Shazad? He's on 14 off 4 deliveries. 2 fours and a 6, and that was the 6. Banged in short from Milne, and that is a hell of a shot.
Bowled it over 140k, one step forward. Didn't even bother to transfer his weight back. Wasn't forced back at all, just propped onto the front foot and whistled it away over mid-wicket. Staggering stroke. Here's the reply. Slow ball, good stuff. Bit of a change-up from the youngster.
Oh, we talk about the 2020 format being a good format to blood young players. Not quite sure Adam Milne's thinking that right at this moment. Good slow ball there. At the side of the hand. Good pace this over, but he's gone the distance already, 14 from this over. And quickly finding there's a gap between New Zealand domestic cricket and international cricket.
Comes in short and that flew through. Good aggressive end there. 51 for 1. Well, we've got women's cricket coming up this season. The first T20 International will be in Hamilton. That's live 2 p.m. That's on Tuesday, Sky Sport 1. And then we head into the second T20, which will follow that live at 6:30 p.m. on Sky Sport 1. Lots of cricket in one day. John right there with Daniel Vittori, so the Brains Trust. Daniel Vittori, of course, injured and not playing at the moment. Right, we'll have a change up here in commentary. It'll be Ian Smith with Simon Dill.
Thanks, Mark. Tim Southey, 51 for 1 here, and Tim Southey, well, he's had 17 matches. His economy rate is just over 8. It's not too bad. But he needs to assume a fairly senior role here in this side all of a sudden. Now that's close-ish. Afternoon, Dooley. Good Christmas.
Yes, Smithy, thank you very much. Afternoon to you. Afternoon to all our viewers. It did look like a good shout. This from Tim Southee may have just been slipping down leg, was it? Yeah, just missing leg stump maybe. Could be shown to be clipping, but good decision, I think, from the umpire. How was your Christmas, Billy?
Filling. As usual, filling. No, it's great. Always a great time of the year, but I really have looked forward to today. I've got to say, I'm so excited to see Eden Park look like this. It's just a change of direction. All our years of coming here and playing here as kids or as players, commentators, I mean, it's like walking into a new piece of almost paradise. It's wonderful, wonderful outlook. And a good pitch, as you predicted. Easy to get timing on straight away. Good work from Milne in the deep.
Yeah, it's. I mentioned at the pitch report, it's the go-to pitch. It's a drop-in surface, of course, and Mark Perham and his ground staff do a wonderful job. And it's the one that he's had in the tray for, I think it's the longest one that's been in the tray. It's one that he finds easiest to prepare. It comes up time and time again. It's good work. The outfield's a little sandy. That's to be expected. Slow ball from Southee, but there's really good pace and bounce in the surface. We saw that early on with the new ball, so the bowlers will enjoy it, the batsmen will certainly enjoy it. And just time and time again, it doesn't matter whether the tray is turned on what angle, it just comes up with a beautiful surface and a very good pitch. So they had to dig out all of the concrete underneath the other tray, smash it all up, took about a week to do that. And then relay another pad of concrete underneath this tray. Clipped away, and that'll be 4. Too fine for James Franklin. And cost Tim Southee a boundary.
Well, it's been a mixed performance so far from the New Zealand side. A drop catch going down, a couple of fumbles, and just a nervous air about things. They've got a new boss. This bunch of players have got a new boss. He's their 4th boss for some of them, and they've had in 2 years. If you class the coach as being the boss, John Wright, who's a fairly solid New Zealand citizen, he's the people's choice. He's had about 3 days to think about it and half a day to work with them. So it's fresh. And Pakistan, well, for their part, they got walloped by Auckland a day or so ago. Not the best of build-ups for them, and well, it's been so well publicised the troubles they're going through.
It was tough for Pakistan. They arrived here just as that weather was hitting New Zealand really over the weekend, and they had 1 day of training at Merton Road at Colin Maiden Oval, and then played the game against Auckland. Perhaps a little bit rusty, but they've come out today. And certainly, well, after being bowled out for 91 against Auckland, well over halfway there, inside of 6 overs. And only 1 wicket down, so on target for setting a very good score.
Little edge and taken by Pete McGlashan. Lovely piece of bowling from Tim Southee. Just a little bit of away movement. And McGlashan did the rest. So the second breakthrough for New Zealand, Pakistan 58 for 2.
Yeah, good work. I thought it was a little slower ball from Southee. It was. Almost just drifted away. And a good catch from Pete McGlashan. He had to come forward back into this New Zealand 2020 side. And a good catch for him. So Shahzad has to go for 14 and Pakistan 58 for 2. Just look at him roll his fingers across that ball. And Ahmed Shahzad just looking to run it more so, maybe looking at that backward point region. Slightly opening the face, and Peter McGlashan, good bit of work, Smithy.
Yeah, well, I like Pete McGlashan as a player, and I think this form of the game is ideally suited to him to wicket keep and be inventive with the bat. Speaking of which, here comes Mr. Experience for Pakistan in terms of their batting lineup. Yunus Khan, just 23 matches in this form, but his international record is prolific. And they need plenty from him today, because there is an air of fragility, as Simon Dill just pointed out. 91 just the other day, lose another couple of wickets, and a really good score may go out the window. Ross Taylor has an opportunity now to try and put the brakes on with Scott Styris.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Scott Styris does today as far as his bowling is concerned, whether he continues to bowl the little off breaks, off cutters that we've seen him use in the last probably year and a half, 2 years, or whether he goes with more of a seam-up delivery. It's certainly not going to hold this surface, not going to stop and bounce as he found conditions to his liking most of the time in India. So if he's going to go with those little cutters, he's got to get his length right.
So he's got Pete McGlashan up to the stumps. That'll keep both the batsmen at home, you would suspect. Won't be airy-fairy stuff. And just a little bit of cautiousness now about Pakistan's approach. They've got a nice platform, but here's Styris.
What he has done is really learnt to control this particular delivery, Scott Styris. He has worked hard on it in the nets. Very rarely does he give width away. So he's looking continuously for... Let's watch the fingers roll down the right-hand side of the ball. It's almost an off-spinner's action. Just a little tiny amount of purchase. It likes to bowl nice and straight. If you miss, he hits.
A bit of a nervy start for New Zealand in the park. A few fumbles, one opportunity going down to young Adam Milne. He got a feel from on debut. Never really had a chance to get settled into the occasion. Ross Taylor is his Stags teammate, but he hadn't seen much of him.
I like the selection, Smithy. I think he might find it tough. A couple of games, 3 games. If he plays all 3, he's going to find it tough. But I like the idea. I like the selection. He's got some raw pace and some ability. Give him a crack. Give him an opportunity and just find out. Let's not discard him too early. If we're going to get him in the structure and in the system, see it through.
I'd like to see him play all 3 games. And if you find at the end of it he's got more confidence, a few more variations, exercise has been ultra successful.
Yeah, absolutely. They're looking for one player, I think, with some pace for the World Cup squad. If Hamish Bennett is not fit, then perhaps Milne is the likely candidate to replace him. I think when you look around every side in the world, every successful side, they have a strike weapon. They have a guy that bowls around that 145, close to 150 mark. New Zealand have not had that since Shane Bond is retired. And I think all the successful sides just have those players. The Sean Tates, the Dirk Nannas, the Dale Staines. So I think New Zealand are searching for one, and it's a good thing.
7 overs gone. New Zealand pulling this back. Pakistan 62 for 2. So Yunus Khan just at the crease, not out 2. A lot on now Muhammad Hafiz, who's on 24. And then Umar Akmal, didn't he delight us in his first visit to our shores? Fawad Alam, Abdur Razak and Umar Gul. And yes, down the bottom, folks, a little later in the afternoon, Shoaib Akhtar. Pace from the past. What's he got on show this time around? Here's Southey. I think this is a really important stage for Tim Southey, not just this match. I mean, he's doing a good job here, but invested a bit in Tim, and he's been around for a little while. He didn't play every game whilst you guys were overseas, but I think he has to make a statement. It's time.
Yeah, look, I don't think the bowling as a unit, Smithy, has gone forward in the last year and a half, and we've seen bowling coach being basically sacked. So new wheels in motion there. Short and cut away this time. This should be out and will be out. Comfortably taken out in the deep. It is the new man, Dean Brownlee, who takes the catch, and Tim Southey with a ball that won't go down as one of his best, has picked up a wicket.
That's picked up a very good wicket too. A really good wicket in Yunus Khan. Short and wide, just it did bounce. Some lovely carry here, nice pace, and for Tim Brownlee in front of the old terraces with their new look, has a safe pair of hands. Yunus goes for 2. It's 62 for 3.
just didn't get onto it. Better off almost ramping that fine if he could. Eunice Khan just got too much bat on it. And Dean Brownlee, good performance, was quite high. It was above the shoulder. It was in that danger area. Good, comfortable catch.
So Fawad Alam is the new player, 24 matches, very good strike rate of 117. Highest score just of 28 though, so coming in a very important pivotal role of number 5, looking to establish himself. And whilst New Zealand cricket supporters have watched with interest about not the upheaval but the changes, I guess you'd have to say, in New Zealand cricket in the last 4 or 5 days, we should also not forget that Pakistan are going through a very similar transition. Here's Southee to Hafiz. Oh, it's a ripper, and that's gone as well. Just a little faint one. And Tim Southee, all of a sudden, talk about stepping up to the plate.
Oh, I heard you, Smithy, didn't he? He says, have that one, Ian Smith. 2 in a row. Little Nick, 136 Ks. A little bit of shape away. And straight through to Pete McGlashan, who makes no mistake. Great carry, really good, comfortable catching height for the keeper. They love this. So 2 and 2 for Tim Southee. Hafiz has got to go for 24 and 62 for 4 now.
Wow, 3 for 7 now for Tim Southee, and he's just got a nice little bit of shape. Just really good stuff. Just a little bit of away movement. And a faint nick through to Pete McGlashan, who's made a good, comfortable, safe start. So 3 for 7, halfway through, just a second over. And Ross Taylor is pulling all the right reins at the moment for New Zealand. And Pakistan, well, they were talking about, what, 150, 160? That's a long way off all of a sudden, unless Umar Akmal can get going.
He certainly is. It's a good record. It's a terrific record, really. 33 average, almost 34, and a strike rate of 124 with 450s. Hat-trick ball has only been 2 hat-tricks in T20 international history. Jacob Oram has one, and Brett Lee has the other. And Southee with an opportunity.
Taylor's gone in at slip. Oh, it's a good one, but there was a bit of bat in there. Oh, he's given it out! Oh, I thought there was bat! It's a hat-trick! Goodness me! Well, I think Umar Akmal's a little surprised. I'm a little surprised. But now there's 3 hat-tricks.
They're surprised as well. Unbelievable from Tim Southee. Well, we need to have a look at this again. Umar Akmal shaking his head. He can't believe what has just happened. He really can't. Southee in. Well, I think if it's not inside edge, it's height. There's 1 or 2 things to look at there, but he's got to go for naught. And Pakistan lose their 5th, also at 62. Bounce, it was looked to me like an inside edge onto the pads, and it's high as well. Yep. Not sure, Smithy.
Well, Dooley will buy the paper tomorrow morning. I'm sure it's going to say it there. But it is a hat-trick. Tim Southee has a 2020 international hat-trick. Bang, bang, bang. Shazad, Eunice Khan, Umar Akmal, all in succession. And all of a sudden, Pakistan, who were just rolling along, are in turmoil. Another one whistles past.
Well, all you can do and all you can ask from a bowler is to get the ball somewhere near the right area. And Tim Southee certainly did that, and he asked the question. He got the decision in his favour. Well done. That's a good start to Abdul Razak. He is a well-renowned hitter of the ball. He's taken one-day games away from many sides. Not such a great record at 2020 level. Tim Southee, 4 for 7. One ball remaining in his second over, and he'll finish with 4 for 7 after 2, 62 for 5.
Well, Barry Frost, first international outing in the middle, I'm told, and has adjudicated a hat-trick. Let's have a look at the first one. No doubt about that. It's caught in the deep. We'll give that one. Brownlee the catcher. Second one, no doubt about that either. A little nick through to Pete McGlashan. Good decision there, but this is the other one, which Umar Akmal didn't think was part of the real deal. But Southey has a hat-trick. And I've got to say, initially myself, I thought inside edge. And I think we saw quite a big one there.
Yeah, well, that was the general consensus up here, Smithy. Have a look at this. Bang. Inside edge, huge inside edge onto the pad. So no wonder Umar Akmal was a little disappointed as he walked off. Tim Southey, as I said, all you can do is put the ball somewhere near the right area and ask the question. And now he's got that little hat-trick beside his name to go alongside Jacob Oram and, of course, Brett Lee.
In a little matter of 4 for 7. Here's Styrus. On it! Well, what now for Pakistan? Gee whiz. Can they get to something out of this middle order, the lower part of their batting order? Basically just bowlers from here on in.
It's only a matter of an over and a half ago we were talking about them being 58 for 1 and going along nicely. Tim Southey. Triple wicket maiden.
And now, of course, you get anxious about the running between the wickets. It's an ideal opportunity for New Zealand to just strangle those players inside the circle. Look to be very keen. Brownlee and Taylor, Nathan McCullum, they all become very key parts here in backing this up. No freebies. And Taylor, he'll feel delighted about this. All of a sudden, the sun on his back. He's back home in New Zealand. It's a lovely shot, and that will be a boundary. What beautiful timing.
Yeah, super shot. Styrus offering some width. And Fawad Alam just laying back, cutting that away behind point. It's always going to take a special performance to get New Zealand away from this rut that they're in. Consecutive losses. It just needs one special performance, someone to just do something out of the ordinary and lift the spirits of a side. Is that Tim Southey today? And this bowling performance be good enough? If they finish it off, just lift the spirits of this New Zealand outfit and get John right away to a good start.
It is 68 for 5.
Select one of the following megas to begin to win with Mitre 10 Mega. David Warner. Kieran Noima Barnett. Ross Taylor. Press the red button on your Sky remote and select A, B or C to enter the daily draw to win a $200 gift card from Mitre 10 and Mitre 10 Mega Stores and the grand prize to the value of $2,000.
Some sweet timing there and some sweet times here for New Zealand at Eden Park. Pakistan are reeling at 68 for 5. Ross Taylor winning the toss, and the Pakistanis getting away to a really good start. Coach and official captain watching, and I'm sure that it's a really good opportunity for John Wright and Daniel Vittoria to get to know each other in a match situation without neither being out there.
without a lot of pressure, I suppose, at the moment. New roles, of course. Vittori no longer a selector. John Wright coaching the side now. 3 days in the job. I don't think he would have too much to change in the last 24 hours. They only came together yesterday afternoon.
That's out as well. Big nick. Abdurazak turns and goes, and Southey, this is becoming incredible. He's got 5 for 7, and the last 8 balls he's taken 5 wickets.
Well, phenomenal. He doesn't play the short ball well. Abdurazak, he looks for it up in his half, and that's just another straightforward edge to Peter McGlashan. No foot movement, and Southey has got his line and his length perfect again. Razak out for 1, 6 down for 68 now, Pakistan.
And history for New Zealand here, the first ever 5-wicket bag in a 2020 international, and it goes to Tim Southey, no doubt about that. Big healthy edge, and Peter McGlashan, well, another one that was made to look pretty easy for him. But that is just an unbelievable turn of fortunes here for Tim Southey and for New Zealand. Over the moon here. He's just going to start talking about, as Snicko confirms, a very healthy piece of leather on wood there. That John Wright might have only been in the job for 24 hours, Dooley, but I tell you, he might not admit to it. He watches all the Black Caps action, wherever they've been around the world, every time they're on television. So it's not a lot about these guys that he doesn't know. Oh my God. Now, he can strike the ball, but what do you do when you're 68 for 6 and you've still got 10 overs to bat?
Try and get some singles. Do something. Build a little partnership. Van Olam is a good player. He's got enough skill to work the ball around and build a partnership with Umar Gul, but he just needs some help.
One thing's for sure now, Pakistan will have very little confidence in their batting department. They rolled by Auckland for 91 and sort of put that down as a bit of jet lag and a bit of uncertainty, but it's happened twice in a row. Whether they get out of this one or not remains to be seen. But oh, Barry Frost right in the action. One short. So the man that hit the run, Umar Gul, cost himself one. It's a wide. Umpire Bowden it to square leg, decides that. And that's fair enough. You've got to ground the bat behind the line. So good piece of work from Barry Frost. And Billy Bowden there, of course, the most experienced out there, has called that last delivery as a wide for height. He'll go down in history, will Barry? Brilliant. Good stuff, Jesse Ryder. Lean, mean Jesse Ryder.
He's been a great touch too, Jesse Ryder, with the bat. He's a good fielder, really is. He moves well for a big man. Smashed it all around Seddon Park in Hamilton a few days ago, and then Timaru as well. He was in great form in Timaru just a couple of days ago for the Wellington Firebirds. Comes into this game on the back of some good form.
Another player to miss. Southey continues to dominate here as the New Zealand 70 for 6.
Pakistan 6 wickets down. Really have fallen away in this innings. To see some good bowling, some pretty poor batting. Scotty Styris continuing, chance for a run out. Just a little fumble from Dean Brownlee. Ian Smith has vacated the seat, and Mark Richardson in alongside me. Rigger, spell from Tim Southey, just absolutely unbelievable. You left the seat when Pakistan were going along quite nicely.
Yeah, they certainly will. They've played some bad cricket post that, but also you've got to take your head out to Southey, who had good line and length bowl with good aggression, good pace. He's been rewarded. I was out there before the toss, Dooley, and the bowlers, they have their little run-throughs. They run towards the crease, and Tim Southey was there warming up, and he just came charging in towards the stumps. And as he ran past, I said, "You don't normally run in that hard, do you?" He said, "Well, I don't know." I said, "Well, it looked quite menacing, so I might give it a go then." Whatever he's done, I don't know if he's running in faster, but whatever he's done, it's worked for him today. He's turned this game on its head.
What he's lacked lately, Tim Southey, is pace through the crease. That's been one of his big issues, I thought, throughout the tour of India and previously. And it's just something that I hadn't seen improve in the last year and a half from Tim Southey at all. He's just getting through that bowling crease and with a good follow through. Single, just a pretty sedate period at the moment for Pakistan. New Zealand doing very well to pull this back. One of the keys to fast bowling, or to being quick through to the keeper off the pitch, is your follow through. People neglect that a lot. You can't just bowl the ball and get off the pitch as soon as possible and expect it to get through with any pace or venom to the other end.
In the end, very lucky there, wasn't far away.
So maybe that's something Tim Southey's been working on, and he looked to be getting through the crease a little better today. Aerial this time from Magul.
Meanwhile, Styris, who's been unrewarded wickets-wise, has been nice and tight. Another good tight one from him, 75 for 6. This Wednesday night, don't forget that you can catch the cricket show on Sky Sport. We'll have another pig and rig for you. Well, this one's in the pool, I believe. We'll be taking them on in the pool. It's 8:30 on Sky Sport 1. And we'll also have a story, I believe, on reverse swing bowling. Why not? Because Pakistan are here. They reverse it well. Pretty good crowd in, actually. It's a nice afternoon here in Auckland. See a healthy splattering of people. The problem you get when you have a new revamped stadium that can house 60,000, when you get a reasonable cricket crowd, it doesn't look like it is that full, but they're making a heck of a racket every time something good happens for New Zealand. The noise is good. The atmosphere is good.
Yeah, competing too, Rigger. Obviously, other things on in Auckland today. Big horse race meeting and sailing regattas. A lot of people leave Auckland City at this time of year for the beach and the beach and the caravan park. So, yeah, I think a pretty good crowd so far. Powers that be should be pretty happy.
I was talking about while I was out there for the toss, and Tim Southey, who was running through, but also at the toss, if you recall, I asked the question of Shahid Afridi about being bowled out for, what was it, 93, something like that, against Auckland. He said, well, it was a wake-up call. They're obviously still asleep, aren't they, at the moment? And a recurring nightmare, because they're on target for a low one here too. Still got 4 wickets in hand, though. Forward can bat, we know that. Gull can hold a bat as well. It's a good batting surface. They'll be very disappointed to find themselves in this situation. bounces again and over the top. And that'll go for 4. A welcome boundary. Not convincing. They'll go on to the bottom line.
And just the fact that it was perhaps slightly leg side-ish allowed it to loop away a little higher. Wasn't controlled at all.
In their defence, the game against Auckland was played after a lot of bad weather, and I'd imagine that pitch was probably a little bit slow, a little bit holding. They've then gone from that game to almost the reverse, a pitch with really good bounce and pace in it. And it's coming through all right.
Well, the thing is, they've got to look at just posting a score, because they will enjoy bowling on this as well. Akhtar, Gul, Abdul Razak, Saeed Ajmal. I talked to him before play today, and he was quite keen on how hard the surface was. He loves the bounce of the ball. Look out for his doosra. He'll come out and bounce, go through to the keeper on a number of occasions, I'm sure. And the spinners like the bounce as well, so Pakistan have just got to post a total of some sort.
That'll be 4. Good solid blow through the onside. Umar Gal.
You got the feeling you knew this was coming. You got the bouncer, the ball before that was the one for the over, the one that was allowed. And you almost thought that Umar Gul knew this was on its way. Fully just swung through the line of it.
He looks a lot more comfortable when the ball is below waist height. A good finish from Southey to finish off what has been an incredible spell of bowling. 4 overs, 5 for 18. It's 84 for 6. Bowl blow in the last over from Umar Gal. If they can accelerate, if they can go at 8 runs from this point, which is very possible. There's some players out there who can bat. Forward and Gul. 148 would be the total. That would be a pretty good result. Here's Styrus. This is in the air. It's hanging around for a long time. There's a good chance out. Yeah, he did well there. That's Franklin, who's pretty quick across the ground. And number 7 falls.
Yeah, just about to say the contribution from Scotty Styrus has been fantastic at the other end to Southey. He's bowled tightly, he's kept the lid on things, and he's picked up his first wicket as well. Right on the end of the bat and straight up in the air. James Franklin did well, covered some good ground. Pretty comfortable though in the end for a player of his calibre. Fawad Alam has to go for 9, and Pakistan lose their 7th wicket now at 84.
He got in a bit of a tangle in the end. The lack of pace maybe. And then he got himself in a horrible position. Just heaved it away. Completely missed time. He's a tall man with long legs too. James Franklin. From where I sat looking down on the ground, I thought it may be going to fall in open spaces, but he used those strides and got there well.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen too many tall blokes with short legs. So I'm guessing they just go hand in hand, don't they, usually? Wahab Riaz. New man at the crease.
Could be a 60-40. Short legs, an extremely tall torso. They exist, Simon. Make me angry too. Oh, trouble. Here's another one. Is it? If it hits us out? No, misses. Styrus disappointed. He thought the throw could have been better and they could have had a chance of a deck threat, and he could have gathered it and taken the bails off. He walks away grumpy as ever.
Yeah, good chance. He was a long way down here. Too far down. Mix up. If the throw was to hand, I think Styrus had a chance. It was a bounce throw. You can't be sure because there's no wicket block as such. It's all outfield apart from the pitch. So it didn't really skid on, and Styrus couldn't be too sure.
Well, I can recall a throw coming in against Australia It might have been Glenn McGrath was trying to line it up and hit right where the pitch drops in, and it bounced over his head and went away for 4.
He was grumpy at the best of times too, wasn't he? Just a little lip there, Riggy, yeah, as you see. Right at the side of the drop-in surface. Just one of the normalities that happen when you use these particular...
Close, he slid, the foot slid, he's at full strength to get back there. Styris is pretty confident here. Not getting much reaction-wise out of McGlashan. It was a sharp piece of work.
It was a good piece of work down the leg side. It was a wide, of course. As that foot comes out, does he get the other one back in the air? Not out.
Well, he's done well there. He's done really well, because he's had to bring that front leg round. He's had to do it quickly. He's had to get it down as well at full stretch. Little test the groins out.
Yeah, great work from McGlashan too. So not out is the decision. Well done, Margot.
Get it, Luke. Oh, Scotty, great job here, Scotty.
He's come back into this team, Scott Styris, so well. He's an automatic selection now. There was a time there when he was in the wilderness with the New Zealand selectors. I don't know if he's reinvented himself as a cricketer. Certainly these off-cutters that he bowls, he bowls them better nowadays, but he's just done well to come back from the outer and force his way back in and become a key member. That's away on the onside. It's in the gap. But just a single out there. It's another ground. You won't see that many twos. You'd be very unlikely to see a 3-run as well today. The boundaries in one style venue.
Yeah, short hit down the ground. Just 68 metres from the batting end.
Down up, Jess.
Right, well, that's the end of a very, very tidy Scott Styris spell. 4 overs, 1 for 18, 87 for 7 it is. Well, the other cricket show we have for you on Sky Sport is, of course, the Cricket Company, Sky's magazine-style show. Make sure you catch that one. It's every Thursday night on Sky Sport.
So that's it, just keep it out there all around the ground, and we get little ones for little fellas and little ladies as well. So no black cats, and we will
What a good time for the young quick bowler to come back in. Had a rough time in his opening spell. And enjoy bowling to the lesser batsman.
You might enjoy bowling downwind a little bit too, Rigger, and you get the feeling it's downhill, but it's not. Talking to the ground staff, that the fall is very even from both sides and all around the ground.
You were convinced standing out there, weren't you, that there was a slope?
Absolutely. I was convinced you had to run uphill from the southern end. It was slightly more downhill. It just gave you that impression. But not the case. About a 1 degree drop the whole way round. It's a fantastic sporting facility, it really is.
Still some stands, some temporary seating to go in. There's one above that stand you can see there, centre screen, the west stand. Of course, the magnificent new number 1 stand, the south stand. And then working your way around to the terraces. And you can see the top level not used today, but there will be another level above that as well for the World Cup final. And it will be packed and it will rock, especially if the All Blacks can find themselves in that final. For now, it's the Black Caps though. Just away. Need to have your fine leg fairly fine here. And Styris is. Sorry, third man.
Again, just some good pace, good bounce.
I didn't really think Milne did much wrong in that opening spell. He bowled, you know, the guy's on debuts in front of a decent crowd for the first time. He's young, he's 18 years old, let's not forget that. He's up against international cricketers, he would be very nervous. I thought his control was pretty good. It was just a few outside edges, a couple of good strokes, and you expect that. He bowled one slow ball, I recall that, and it was a good slow ball. It was on target. There's plenty there. He's held his nerve for the better part. He's coming back well now. Conditions favouring him though. That's good stuff there. Gets one through.
Yeah, I think Smithy made a good point too, Rigger. He needs to play all 3 games really, just to build that confidence. Put him in the squad. Give him that opportunity. Yeah, I guess they've not left anyone out today that is in direct competition with Adam Milne. Ian Butler's on the sideline. I would imagine that he's competing with the likes of Mills, Southey and Franklin for an all-round bowling option. And Luke Woodcock, who's the spin bowling option.
Oh, an inside edge, a French cut. And it'll cost him 4. Franklin couldn't get down and stop it. It was a good over, and unfortunately a tough finish to it for Adam Milne. 94 for 7.
Yeah, unlucky. He had bowled a good over, just the 3 runs from it until that final delivery. Big fast bowling buddy, James Franklin, could have done a touch better. That's what you need to. You just need that little bit of help in the field from your mates. It was to his wrong hand. James Franklin, left-hander, of course, and he had to dive away to his right.
McCullum, off-spin bowler. Been a good performer, Nathan McCullum, with his off-spinners. It's a fantastic economy rate, that. 3 for 15 is best. And he's played enough matches now at the international level to back up those figures. Immediately goes past the bat.
He's got the best economy rate of any of the New Zealand bowlers playing in this match. Daniel Vettori, of course, world class, outstanding, under 6, 5.46 or something like that for Vettori. And Nathan McCullum, 6.5, around about there. So in 2020 cricket, 6.5 economy rate is outstanding.
Real decision for the Pakistan players to make now, and their management. They get a message out there. Is what do? Do they look to bat out their 20? Or do they think, we haven't got enough, here's a slow bowler, here's an off spinner, do we back ourselves to go after him? And he went after that one, threw everything at it.
He looked to sweep here, but lost his footing straight away. He did really well to hit it in the end. That was outstanding work to keep his eye on the ball and hit that after falling over. Very well done.
Sort of don't want to get out doing that, do you? A bit embarrassing.
Down one.
At the moment, just happy to push it round.
Wait, he's gone again. Well bowled, mate.
You heard it from McGlash, and it was. Well bowled by Nathan McCullum. His first over, a good tight one. 96 for 7. Well, you can see the 3 dots there. And they came off successive deliveries as well. A hat-trick to Tim Southey. The 3rd in the history of international T20 cricket. Right, a change up here at Ian Smith with Kramer Miller.
Thank you, Mark. 96 for 7. Jimmy Franklin started the attack. He's going to have the last say as well. So what a transformation this has become from the point where Pakistan were going along so smoothly at 37 without loss, then 58 for 1. They looked as if they were really on song today, and Tim Southey had other ideas. 5-wicket bag and 4 overs. And just having been outside and experienced some of the atmosphere of this new ground, Macca, I'm pretty impressed. Not a bad crowd and they're loving it.
I think we've got a great crowd here today, Smithy. Boxing Day, people down Eden Park. It is a new stadium. The thing I noticed whenever I played here, Smithy, it was always a good atmosphere. People got out, they supported you, they enjoyed their cricket. And you have to say, I think a good crowd's come in today and seen a good performance from the Black Caps from the New Zealand side. Going a long way towards that. It's just such an interesting series for me, this one, Smithy. Both sides under pressure for various reasons, but the unpredictability of both sides makes it quite intriguing.
Oh, that's straight up. And Styris is going to look at this, is he? No, it's going to fall in between them. Wow, I think one of them had an ample opportunity there. If one had made a commitment, that ball seemed to hang in the air for a long time.
It was in the air a long time. Styris had 2 looks at Milne as if to say, look, can you get there? I don't think I can. So he stopped, started, and through doing that meant that in the end he just didn't make the ground. Look at it in between both of them, and Frankie's not happy, saying run. And that's what Styris probably had to do, was put the ears back and just go as fast as he could, and he didn't. Looked at Milne and didn't get there.
Yes, well, on the basis that Milne had already dropped one and probably wasn't that keen on getting under that skyscraper, maybe Mr. Styris should have been a little bit more committed there, but it was a breakdown in communication and it might be costly. 100 up for Pakistan. It's 101 for 7. So the National Bank man of the match, make sure you select your man of the match and text his surname to 3454 and be in to win $500. National Bank, as well as the grand prize of $5,000. In fact, that number is 2401. 2401. So make sure you're texting that number, and the player selected will be given the honour of selecting a club in New Zealand to give $500 to. 101 for 7 after 16 overs. And down the ground these days are the short boundaries. So New Zealand's plan of attack is not to be driven down in those areas by and large. They have bowled quite short at times.
They have. Plans really worked. The extra pace and bounce in this wicket. It's in the air. Should get 2. They will. Milne can't stop 2. And of the 7 wickets, Smithy, 6 have been caught. So the ball's been in the air a lot. Pakistanis have found fielders, put themselves under pressure where the bowlers have had to do a majority of batting in the last 10 overs. And in a 20-over match, that's never a good result.
Well, it's sort of fallen into place for Ross Taylor. He hasn't been under a lot of pressure. And it hasn't been a faultless performance by New Zealand either. Slippery surface. I've seen that on a number of occasions. Batsmen losing their grip.
Especially when the shot's been played, the sweep shot. Look at that. Front foot just slides. Those sprigs aren't gripping into this very hard Eden Park surface. Now they're not even getting singles. New Zealand fielders are back on the circle protecting the boundary. Not worried about the singles, but they still can't get them.
That's bigger than 1. In fact, it's 6. That's beautifully struck. Umar Gul gets the middle of the bat on this occasion, or near to it.
Oh, he's a dangerous player, Umar Gul. 3 dots. Nathan McCullum this time. He decides to go over the top and go for the maximum. Nice strike, mid-wicket. It's been a favoured area for the Pakistanis today.
7 off the last 2. It turned out to be not a bad sort of an over for Pakistan. They won 10 for 7 though. 10 for 7. 18 legitimate deliveries available to Pakistan to try and get this up to maybe 140, 150. It's going to take some real skill. Kyle Mills coming into the attack. Still have Adam Milne with 1 over up his sleeve. It would be nice to think they've got the confidence to throw it back to him and say maybe he can pick up a wicket, get something out of it. Oh, that's close. That's mighty close. And Mills gets number 8 for New Zealand. I'm not sure there was too much doubt about this.
No, looked good straight from the start, didn't it? Umar Gul trying to go across the line to mid-wicket this time. Touch fuller from Mills, and it just looked a really good shout. Look at that. No doubt about that whatsoever. Barry Frost raises the finger, and Umar Gul, who's played really well with 30, has to go. Pakistan 110 for 8.
I think he just decided that really to get respectability it had to be him. And he took it on to try and hit to Kyle Mills across the line. It's a lovely leg delivery. It's hit him right in front of off stump. And it was the back leg, and it was just bent a little bit, wasn't it? It hit him what would normally be around about the knee roll. You can see the other pad there. And going on to hit, I'd say halfway, 3/4 of the way up middle and leg.
Yeah, good decision. And it was plumb. And Gul obviously thought, if we're going to get a total of 130, 140, I'm the man that has to go for it. But he departs. New man at the crease, Saeed Ajmal, the off spinner.
Nicely worked into the onside. Ross Taylor going for gold here. He's put himself back into slip. Recognises an opportunity maybe perhaps to bowl Pakistan out within the 20 overs. As I say that, he goes out to mid-wicket. 3 men on the offside inside the circle. And on the left there, Taylor himself on the right.
I have to say, Swin, they've been impressed with the wicket, the extra pace and bounce that we've seen here on this Eden Park wicket. Often in years gone by being renowned for being a bit low and slow, but certainly not today.
Yeah, so we say this is a transformed Eden Park, and we can tell you those people that have been coming here for years would have been used to the pitch running more across the screen, as you can see it now, almost flat, and you can just see the faint area that has been mowed in the past, and that was where they used to lay the pitch, and it's almost formed like a cross in the middle where the new one goes directly north-south.
In the past, it used to be a real left-handers ground. The short boundaries were to third man for the left-hander and to mid-wicket, and a lot of guys, Chris Harris being one, Stephen Fleming. I remember left-handers really enjoyed playing at Eden Park because of those short boundaries, and now we've got boundaries that are pretty much the same all the way around. A bit shorter straight, but it really is a fantastic cricket ground now. There's some big stands around it too.
An appeal here. Was that on edge? Yes, it was. According to umpire Frost anyway, so McGlashan is picking up a hatful of catches here. And I'm not quite sure the Pakistanis are thrilled about this one either. And Barry Frost, well, he's on debut. He has had a stern examination.
Second wicket in the over for Mills. I think that might have come off the pads. What about LBW? $1 each way from Mills. He doesn't care. He got the desired result. Saeed Ajmal is going to have to go for one. Pakistan 112 for 9.
I'm with you. I don't think it was a dreadfully horrible shout for LBW. I think it was outside the line. But Was it LBW or was it caught? Because it doesn't appear that he got any bat on it.
No, it doesn't. I would think LBW would have been the mode of dismissal there. Some extra bounce though again from this wicket. Last man in, the entertainer, Shoaib Akhtar. More renowned for what he can do with the ball. He's got 2 overs to do something with the bat.
Well, he's going to have to be spectacular with both. 12 for 9. Milne. Oh, he's gone down the ground for 6. So they're bringing back for a bit of confidence, and that doesn't help.
No, it's been a tough start for the youngster. And this time he goes nice and full. Oh, good strike, really down the ground to the shorter boundary. And he's got a fair piece of that. I like the fact Milne's been brought back, Smithy. It'd be great for him just to get 1 wicket under the belt, because it hasn't been an overly confident day from the young man, but he's still got the chance to get his first wicket for New Zealand.
Oh, swatted down the ground again. Guptill does well. That deep mid-on. Kind bounce. He's just got to keep running in, this kid. We'll learn.
How about a bouncer to show Akhtar first up?
That would be brave. That would be the kind of move that suggests he doesn't want to bat himself. And neither he should, really. Well, he did. Just like that.
Oh, I love it. 18 years old. First delivery at Shoaib Akhtar, he says, here, have a bit of taste of this, boy. I know you'll be giving a bit out. It was pretty short, and Shoaib had a long time to get down under it. But I like the aggression, and I like the intent from an 18-year-old who's not afraid to do that to one of the premier fast bowlers in the world.
There's actually a little bit of Shane Bond about him. I know Shane Bond is his hands-on coach at the moment, but delivery, there's something about Shane Bond in his action. Just a hint.
Yeah, well, they've been doing some work. Shane Bond, of course, the Central District's bowling coach, and Milne plays for Central District, so spent a bit of time with him.
Oh, that's gone high. Now, has this gone for 6? I'm afraid it has, young man. Shoaib Akhtar.
Wow, what a blow this is from Akhtar. No, and occasionally for being a decent hitter of the ball. Look at that. I don't think it was supposed to go out to mid-wicket. I think he was trying to hit it straight. But it's gone many a mile back. Fielder, it's deep backward square leg, had no chance.
Slow ball. We'll get back for 2 here. That's good running. It's a good over for Pakistan there. They managed to get 15 from it, and it's 127 for 9. A learning curve. It's where he gets both arms up like that. A bit of Shane Bond. There's something there. Splayed left foot there. The bowlers will have it pointing straight down the wicket. This is off to the side a wee bit, but he's quick. And today's been, shall we say, a learning exercise.
Yes, tough day for the youngster, but he'll be better for it. He's got the first cap under the belt, so onwards and upwards for Adam Milne. And a finish with the experience of Kyle Mills, who will bowl the 20th over. And the target now, 127. And it's one of those uncomfortable sort of targets when you play Pakistan, Smithy, because you know how good a bowling unit they are. If they get things right, you know it could be difficult. So
here's Mills.
Good experience from Mills, rolling the fingers, a slower ball first up.
So if they can get 13 runs here, that takes it out to 140. That's 7 and over. And that's not totally out of the frame. It should be gettable. pretty strong New Zealand batting lineup. If they get half a start, they should be okay. But actually ironical there. Adam Milne's 2020 number is 46 by the look of it. Oh, that's gone. But not far enough, has it? Or has it? Yes, it has. Just enough. Just enough. That is perhaps the longest boundary on the new shape of Eden Park.
Really big hit this. You did right, Smithy. Out to the longest boundary. Another slow ball from Mills. And Wahab was waiting for it. Sat back in the crease. And originally, look, he didn't get all of it. Look, he hit. Oh. This time Mills goes full. It's a Yorker and really big boundary out there. I just wondered whether at first he thought it had gone straight up, but he got a good piece of it. Boundary 68 metres out to the left. Have a look at the batsman here. Oh no, I think he thought it was 6. I think he was pretty impressed after he hit it. Mills, not so much.
Well, this is valuable runs for Wahab. 20. And maybe you can add a couple more to that. And they might just get that 140 mark. Get Pakistan.
Oh, they all count. And they're starting to add up. Not far away from that target of 140 that you mentioned, Smithy. And Pakistanis in the crowd too. Good crowd in here today at Eden Park.
Oh, that'll go. That hurts. One bounce for. Very hard to protect that area of the ground. So this is a really good late flurry. This 27 runs for the last wicket.
Oh, crucial runs here for Pakistan. The outside edge that flies away, as we've talked about, shorter boundary straight, so didn't have far to go, and it raced away.
Last ball of the innings. 139 for 9, and Ross Taylor's had his moments, and at the moment it just got away on him a wee bit. So there'll be some reviewing of the bowling, whatever happens. But Pakistan have given themselves a sniff here with this late charge. And that could go for 4 as well. It does. So a big, big last 2 overs for Pakistan. They've put on 31 unbroken. And that's Wahab and Shoaib. Some wonderful hitting and some depth placement. And that look and that expression says it all. New Zealand have, well, unwittingly just taken the foot off the throat a wee bit there, and Pakistan are in here. 143 for 9. It's not a great score, but it's a good enough score first up. So that is the situation for New Zealand. They need 144 off 20 overs at 7.2 runs per over.
The National Bank Series is brought to you by Mitre 10.
Good crowd at Eden Park here on Boxing Day. Have witnessed an action-packed first 20 overs of this first encounter between Pakistan and New Zealand. New Zealand winning the toss, asking Pakistan to bat first, and in their 20 overs they got through in the end to 143 for 9, largely to the efforts of the players towards the bottom of the order after they had somewhat of a middle order collapse. So just a point of note there too, the wicket of Gul was LBW, and so was the wicket of Ajmal. So back-to-back LBWs for Mills. There was some conjecture about maybe a caught behind decision, but umpire Barry Frost has confirmed to us that that was out adjudged LBW. And the feature, obviously, Tim Southee, 5 for 18 from 4 overs, including a hat-trick, the second hat-trick by New Zealanders in the 2020 International, to go along with one by Jacob Oram, and the only other one ever taken was by Brett Lee. So that was the bowling performance by New Zealand. A mixed start for young Adam Milne, who's number 46 on his cap, and he went for 46 on debut. So the equation for New Zealand is 144. Got a good strong batting lineup, but they'll need a good start against Pakistan's pace attack. But yes, Tim Southee was the hero of the first part of the game. He's with Dooley downstairs.
Well, I got Tim Southee down here with me. Tim, 5 wickets in the match. How do you feel out there? Pretty good.
Yeah, it all sort of happened so quickly. Sort of was all a bit of a blur at the time. But yeah, I think it sort of take. What did they get? 130 odd at the end of it. Looked like they got off to a good start, but managed to pull them back. So yeah, pleasing.
2 fairly comfortable wickets, and then the hat-trick ball. What were you thinking?
I thought I'd just get bowled it straight, give myself a chance, and managed to hit him on the pads. So yeah, it was. I think there's got to have a bit of luck in these sort of games, and it all sort of went my way. So yeah, it was pleasing to get those wickets.
Yeah, I said in the commentary, you got to ask the question, you got to get the ball in the right place. You did that, and you got the umpire's decision. So it's the first hat-trick for New Zealand, the best figures for New Zealand in 2020 cricket. So how do you feel about that? Yeah,
as I said, you need a bit of luck, and I think I had a bit of luck. So yeah, could have easily gone for 40 or 4 overs as well. So you take these days, but you're going to have your good days and your bad days. So I guess just make the most of it.
What's the surface like out there?
I think it's pretty good. It's got a lot of bounce and some sort of kiss through and some sort of skid through. So I think you bowl in the right areas, you get rewards. But if you miss, you also get hurt. So small ground, straight, and even square's not that big. We saw a couple of missed hits go for 6 as well. So if we just get a couple of guys to get in, we should get there.
Do you like the revamped Eden Park?
Yeah, it's very big. It'll be amazing when it's full, but yes, it's very nice ground.
All right, Tim, well bowled today. Good luck if you get a bat.
Cheers, Dooley.
Here's Tim Southee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 3, and 4 came very quickly indeed. These were the 5 wickets for him to fall. He bowled a good line throughout. It's got to be said. He mixed his length up, but he was always very accurate. Needs to step up. That was the first of the hat-trick dismissals. That was Yunus Khan caught at deep point. And straight away he got the other 2, and there was some conjecture over that, but Umar Akmal was given out LBW, and Tim Southee, just to finish it off, picked up number 5, and that was Abdul Razak. So wonderful performance by the man from the Northern Knights, who set New Zealand up here possibly for a victory, but they still need 144 to cement that. We'll be back very shortly at Eden Park to see how they go.
The National Bank Series is brought to you by Mitre 10.
Back at Eden Park, the players are in the middle. Pakistan have a job to do to try and secure victory here. They've got to stop New Zealand getting 144. Jesse Ryder is on strike for New Zealand in his 16th match. And Abdur Razak will be the first operator for Pakistan. And the leg by as Guptill scurries his way through. And I'm very pleased to say that finally Ramiz Raja, former terrific international batsman for Pakistan, administrator, globetrotter, commentator, has joined us after 20 hours in the air, plus a little leg from Lahore. Stay awake, please.
Yeah, I am up. I was almost fogged out and finally got here. Where is New Zealand? I mean, it took me 20 hours to get here.
Did they get lost, you reckon?
Yeah, I got lost completely. Absolutely, but it's a joy to be here. Remember the 92 game that we played against you guys there?
Oh, thanks for bringing that up there. Welcome back. Oh, that's lovely movement for Abdur Razak. So you saw the latter part of the Pakistan batting performance in this match, and a good recovery in the end.
Well, yes, I think middle order has been a problem. Openers seem to be doing well of late, but middle order has crumbled under pressure, so the tail-enders have had to bat for them. And today was a good performance from Wahab Riaz, especially because he got it going when it was required. Pakistan would want wickets up front.
Well, they do have a very good bowling attack, with the new ball in particular. Guptill just finds a gap here, and it's a very quick outfield here. Freedy cannot run it down. First boundary of the innings.
Abdul Razak can pick up wickets with the new ball, but I think he's primarily used to get his couple of overs done with quickly. I feel he would like to employ the spinners as early as possible, because that is Pakistan's strong point. This was beautifully put away. Didn't middle it entirely, but he found the gap.
Oh, that's straight, and that's big, really big from Guptill. That's up into the middle tier here of the new stand.
Well, that was pretty emphatic. New Zealand making a strong statement in the first game, dismantling Pakistan's middle order, and then the openers have come, and Guptill in particular, 4, followed by that massive straight 6. Beautifully done. Great finish.
Yeah, it was in the slot, really. Just nicely hit through the line, dead straight. These are the short boundaries now at Eden Park. It's changed its shape, and directly down the ground is the short route. And that'll be 4 more. So just drifting onto the pads, Razak, and Guptill, who punished Pakistan in a midweek clash for Auckland, is starting to do it again.
He's got to keep it nice and tight here, Abdul Razak. He has gotten the ball to swing around, so he's got to be as accurate as possible. On the pads is not an option, especially when you've got the fielder in the ring on the leg side. It was nicely done. Easy pick-up shot for 4. It's not working for Pakistan in the first overs. New Zealand 15 without a wicket of 5.
That's a relatively good shout, but Billy Bowden says no, didn't look at it for too long, but it was pad first. 1 over gone, 15 for none. Just confirming New Zealand's card here as it lines up with Brownlee, a debutant from Canterbury, listed to come in at 3. Then Ross Taylor and Scott Styris, and the informed James Franklin. Peter McGlashan is a wicketkeeper batsman with a lot of flair. Then Nathan McCullum, brother of Brendan. Kyle Mills, Tim Southey, and young Adam Milne. So it's a new look side. You wouldn't have picked that one in a week ago, but so much has happened for New Zealand. And Shobakta, lovely to see him back.
Well, he still is firing them up. Can be quick and pacey. At times can give away a lot of runs when he's not in his belligerent mood. But he's dependable asset. He's been there for Pakistan now for many years. Still going strong.
So what has changed? Has he slowed down a wee bit, would you say?
I think his run-up has changed. He now comes from a shorter version. And he's given up on bowling fast all the time.
It's nicely timed from Jesse Ryder. That's an early boundary. You've got to get off those legs.
Pakistan clearly looking just a little bit rusty here. With the bat first and now with the ball. Got to be as accurate as possible on a pitch like this. And Shoaib Akhtar, they are bowling one on the thigh. On the pads, not a good idea. That's the second boundary that Pakistan have conceded on the leg side, bowling that particular line. Got to get it right, nice and full.
And again, and that may well be the same result. In fact, they've just brought the field around a wee bit, so just the one.
It can be difficult for the fielders who are playing here for the first time because the contours are different. I remember during the '92 World Cup, I was asked to make a graph of this pitch so that we could discuss it in the meeting. I got it horribly wrong and confused everybody because your fine leg has to be adjusted. Your straight fielders have got to be moved according to the edges of the outfield. There you see, that's a little different. That fine leg. You got to get the fielder very square.
Yes, it's very little margin for error for bowlers. Unfortunately, when it flies, it goes so quickly. Guptill has just hit that a mile. My goodness. That's the biggest hit I think I've ever seen to that area of the ground. That has almost gone over the west stand. The very back row.
unbelievable shot. It was high and mighty from Guptill. It landed in the top tier on the leg side and almost missed the crowd, missed the top tier, went outside the ground. Really was a monster strike. In position early and lifted it gloriously for a massive six, and obviously enjoyed it in the end.
Well, that's huge. I mean, this is not a big ground. We've just shown you the dimensions, folks, but that is a massive, massive blow. And he is a player in fine form, it seems, all of a sudden, Martin Guptill. Sweet, sweet timing. I'm not sure that Mr. Akhtar will like that too much. Super start this for New Zealand. 27 off just 10 balls. That is massive. 111 metres, but that's flown a long way up and finished up a long way up.
Always is useful if you can target the premier opposition bowler. Sends a strong signal to the opposition that we're here to dominate and dictate, and Shoaib Akhtar likes to dominate all the time. He wouldn't be enjoying this.
So a crowd that have come in today to celebrate Boxing Day and get this tour underway, enjoying this. And that's gone. Caught it slip. What a good sharp catch. Not an easy angle. It flew off the batter's right. I looked to hit it through the onside. And that was a very, very good piece of work.
Yunus Khan is a tremendous fielder anywhere, especially in the slips, and that was beautifully held. Any catch in the slip can be a difficult one. You really had to grab it cleverly. Playing across the line, the bat tilted towards the leg side, and so you can be defeated by that angle when you're standing in the slips. It was neatly taken by Yunus, and he's gone early for 6. 27 for 1 NZ.
This did fly, and this gives you quite a good angle at it, actually. He's watching the edge of the bat, which looks as if he's hitting it through the onside, the other side, and it's just come off really a leading edge, and it's flown very quickly. That was 142.4. It hit the face of the bat or the edge of the bat and made pace off it. And that at an awkward height is a super catch. And you can see he's only standing, what, 2 metres inside the 30-metre circle. So it flew. And yes, he does have an end result to what was an expensive start. Now, Dean Brownlee on debut for New Zealand. He played for Western Australian under-17s and under-19s. He's gone from club cricket to international cricket in less than 1 year. And he debuted for his adopted province of Canterbury in January 2010. So around 11 and a half months ago. And here he is on the biggest stage of all, Umar Gul. Guptill says to the young man, you have it early.
Well, the stage is set for Brownlee really to present to everyone his class and caliber. New Zealand bowling really well, and off to a good decent start here with the bat also. Umar Gul is pretty decent in T20. 47 wickets, amongst the highest wicket takers, if not the highest wicket taker in T20 cricket. 5 for 6 is best, and Pakistan certainly would want him to produce his best today.
And just a little bit of extra bounce may have saved Dean Brownlee there. Pakistan very, very interested in this, but not so Billy Bowden.
I think they trust Billy Bowden. It was a quick, sharp delivery from Umar Gul. 140 Ks, and batsman clearly beaten by that extra bit of bite and spice. Caught in an awkward angle there, trying to flick the ball, half pull, half flick. And by the time the ball hit his pads.
Yeah, well, it did fly, but I think just a little high. So a fair decision there. But Brownlee under early pressure. Oh, that's cut him in half and got for 4 byes. Gee whiz, that has really cut back in off the surface of the pitch.
It's going to be tough for the keeper. Umar Akmal is being employed behind the stumps for the first time by Pakistan. They've taken the dip. Whether it be a successful option or not, only time will tell. That narrowly missed the stumps. It came back sharply, cut him in half, and beat the keeper also. It was clearly higher, that leg before shout that was turned down. Perfectly done by Billy Bowden. Would have gone on to miss the stumps.
Oh, that'll be 4. So Brownlee has his first international runs. And that was a pull shot that did work.
Yeah, this time he was ready for it. Umar Gul on the shorter side, on the pads, and nice flick from the batsman. There was no one there patrolling the field on the leg side. Deep, and so an easy shot. And a good way to open your account with a boundary in international cricket.
36 for 1, just the third over. Another single. Yes, Umar Akmal. Now we remember Umar Akmal coming here last year as a dashing batsman. And this is extra responsibility. I mean, you can carry a wicketkeeper, but he's still got to be pretty proficient. And his brother is more the specialist, Adnan.
That is right, Kamran Akmal, more renowned behind the stumps than Umar Akmal. Their other brother, Adnan Akmal, recently played Test cricket for Pakistan. So it's a family that has produced 3 wicket keepers in no time. But he's got his work cut out. Never easy, as you know, Smithy, keeping wickets as a makeshift arrangement.
Well, the white ball can expose foot movement just as it can for batsmen. So 38 for 1 all of a sudden after 3 overs. 38 for 1. New Zealand need just 106 runs to win here. Just overrun a ball, and that'll help. That's gone again. Gupta was playing so well off the back foot, and another one onto the roof of the West Stand.
It's not an easy shot to execute against someone of Shoaib's pace, but he's making it look ridiculously easy, as if hitting a spinner. Camping on the back foot, was looking for a 6, and it was a magnificent 6. Clearly on the shorter side, Shoaib Akhtar not learning his lesson from that big monstrous hit that almost hit the top tier of this very good looking cricket stadium. That really was smashed once again for another 6.
Yeah, big hits on any ground. A little fuller, and that'll be well run. And New Zealand have settled in quite nicely here. 45, and still only just starting the 4th over.
That really did frustrate Shoaib after that single, because he wanted a bit of a contest with Guptill. This little war so far has been won by the batsman. Another big hit, 95 metre this time. The first 6, 111 metre.
Inside edge, and that's a great catch. My word, just talking about Umar Akmal, and he's jubilant. And so is Shoaib Akhtar, and Brownlee his first stay as a short one. What a brilliant piece of work.
Outstanding work by Umar Akmal. He's a great fielder, so he's got the reflexes for a keeper. Adjusted beautifully. Came off the inside edge and made it look easy in the end. So early exit for Brownlee, goes for 5, and New Zealand lose their 2nd wicket for 45.
Well, it's never easy when it comes off the inside part of the bat. You don't get a great view of it. Outside edges are much more simple, and for a bloke that hasn't done a lot of wicket keeping, this is one to savour, because it flew. It was getting away from him the whole time, and Pakistan now believe they're in business here. A good, healthy inside edge or under edge, and all of a sudden Shoaib has 2.
Good piece of bowling, good comeback from Shoaib Akhtar. After being hit for a couple of big sixes, he's come back strongly, picking up a couple of wickets. And now it's up to Scott Stires, who's taking his guard. He's got experience, he's got good class as well. Good strike rate, 150 in his T20 career.
It's interesting that Stires has come in before Ross Taylor. Ross Taylor's the captain of the day, but he has been New Zealand's premier 2020 and limited over player. And, it's interesting they've gone for Stires, who's a much more senior citizen.
Could it be that Stires can work the ball around and look for those ones and twos and not be adventurous? Because Ross Taylor can be exactly that, and so they want a bit of solidity, maybe a little bit of partnership.
I think that's a fair point. I think if they lose 3 or 4 wickets, as Pakistan did, the confidence will just be sapped away very quickly. So maybe it is just a move to have some stability about the batting order, knowing full well even if they score it just a run a ball, they're going to win the game. But if they get bowled out, obviously, that won't happen. Stires flies it over, short third man for 6. That was all about width and pace, and a batsman just catching up.
Beautifully done. Square off the wicket, gets a 6, gets New Zealand to its 50. It was smashed hard using the pace of Shoaib Akhtar, slicing it and timing it magnificently. Flew off the bat quite quickly for a skimmer. Yeah, I need to relax. Trying too hard, I think. Shoaib Akhtar at times it puts in a lot of effort, which is required, but it has to make a little bit of meaning as well. That was short and wide.
Well, that's quicker and much better directed. So mixed over, but he's got 2, and that's his job. It's 51 for 2. Taylor, then James Franklin, left-hander, who's come back into the side courtesy of 2 very good performances in India. Very strong with the bat there, so he will bat at 6. Then Peter McGlashan, gifted, inventive player, but not established. No Brendan McCullum today, but certainly there is Nathan McCullum, then Mills, who's a strong hitter, Salvi and Milne. So there's a little bit of fragility about that underbelly there if it is exposed. Razak, none for 15. Shoaib, expensive, but still, that's his job to take wickets, and he's got 2 of them. He's given his side a little bit of a sniff there, and Gould 1 over, none for 7. Now the pace goes out of the game, and in comes the spinner.
This should be interesting whether New Zealand is able to read Saeed Ajmal or not. He's got a wonderful do strike and spin the ball as well. Caught on the heels. Ahmed Shahzad is fielding at mid-on. You've got to attack the ball, and fielding has been Pakistan's negative point. We all know that, but some of these younger guys have really got to gather pace in the field and help out the captain and the bowlers.
Interesting that spinners these days, particularly right-arm off spinners, are tending to bowl round the wicket more. Notice this in a lot of cricket that we've been covering this year. Now, most New Zealand spinners, that's brilliant work. Wonderful work from Yunus Khan at slip that saved maybe even a boundary. But if you've got a doosra, you can really make it hard to hit across the line. Just watch here the anticipation of Yunus away to his right.
It could be that he's operating with a new ball and doesn't expect the ball to spin much, and so he wants to take it away from the right-hander with the angle around the stumps. It's not the first time that we're seeing Saeed Ajmal operate in this fashion. He usually bowls a couple of overs around the wicket and then changes angle.
seen him before in New Zealand. He's a talented player. Of course, Pakistan have been here recently on a tour that they hosted. That sounds a little bit weird. Here's a chance of direct hit. Awkward for a part-time wicketkeeper. That is Pakistan coming here on the basis, of course, that at the moment, unfortunately, they're not allowed to host tours at home. So they came to New Zealand as the host. So this is actually the tour hosted by New Zealand this time round. Just looking for a bit of width there and not able to catch up.
Really good delivery. Just the right pace and good angle from the off spinner. And the batsman caught in two minds. He's looking for a bit of spin, wanting to glide it away through the offside, missed the ball completely. And nice job done behind the stumps. Once again, Umar Akmal, impressive.
Well, this is a good over. Just the 3 singles so far. And that will be an extra off the leg. 55 for 2, New Zealand. So Guptill, whose form is sublime, 32 from just 13 balls and 2 of the biggest sixes at Eden Park for quite some time. And the 5 over, the first 5 over split, well, it's pretty much even Stevens. In fact, Pakistan had only lost the 1 wicket at that point, but it was the next 5 wickets where the damage, 5 overs where the damage was done. 5 for 19. So, and for the next 5 overs, Mark Richardson, and to call the action, Craig McMillan.
Straight through Styris, 145k, and that's the 3rd wicket for Shoaib. Too fast.
Well, the entertainer's back, isn't he, Shoaib Akhtar? I don't really know if Styris particularly needed to play the stroke he did. He can hit the ball away over that onside, looking for a little bit of width. He got a bit of bat on it, just an inside edge though. May not be short enough to play that stroke. Was that stroke just a little unnecessary in the situation? Probably both are correct, but it means he's out for 7, 55 for 3.
I think they're looking at the front foot for a no ball, and that's just a hoy across the line from Styris. Not a good shot at all, but is it his lucky day? Let's have a look at Shoaib Akhtar's front foot.
There's the angle. Here's the one we'll see. I think that's a no. Is there anything grounded behind the line there?
Oh, that's tight, because really tight. What are they going to decide? They're saying it's not a no ball, so Styris will have to continue his work off. That was very tight. It's as tight as it gets, but maybe just a touch was behind the line before it slid forward.
Half a centimetre, if that. Yeah, the shot was probably an unnecessary one from Scott Styris in this situation. Only 6 runs required per over, and he's a good worker of the ball, Styris, scoring it to run a ball, no problem for him, but he decided he wanted to go after Shoaib, and it's cost him.
That brings the New Zealand skipper Ross Taylor to the crease, vastly experienced 2020 player. Surprised by those figures, Mark, to be honest. That average in the strike rate with Ross Taylor only at 116, that's quite surprising.
Yeah, I think when you look at how players and the way this form of the game works is how they create their records. They probably score 35, 40s one day off 30 balls, 50 from 30 every so often, play very well. You're not imagining you go through little periods where you score 5 from 5. It doesn't strike to me, like in one-day cricket you would see people who are relatively consistent in their roles and they score quite regularly. If you're going to average 20 in this game, I think it'd be very rare you'd find a player who gets 20 quite often at his average sort of strike rate. I think it's a sort of game that you forge out your career and fits and starts.
important job now for New Zealand. Taylor coming in at number 5. A little bit lower down in the order than we're used to seeing him. And he'll get off the mark. He's got his tail up, Rig. He does. Shoaib Akhtar, 3 wickets. Still got good pace on it, but he's the sort of bowler that just makes you nervous as a batsman. And I think that came through in Storis's shot.
He has an energy that surrounds him, doesn't he? The way that he comes absolutely sprinting in with this sprinted sort of approach to the crease with all the intent. Can get you pumped up as a batsman. Can really get you pumped up. Storis might have been slightly over-pumped there.
One man who's played him very well so far, that's Martin Guptill. Shoaib's looking for some confrontation. Doesn't get any reply from Guptill. A couple of those pull shots were as good as you're going to see anywhere in the world. He loves the word, doesn't he? He loves confrontation.
He's a competitor. He's got his tail up. And he knows that's what his team requires. He's got to get in amongst it. He's got to blast New Zealand out. He needs another one. He's got to get rid of Guptill. Why not get in there? Take on the challenge.
Driven. Won't beat mid-on. Guptill's got an important job to do now with those 3 wickets that have fallen. 88 from 85. Plenty of time for New Zealand. Captain at the wicket as well, but they need someone. They need a partnership. Otherwise Pakistan will put a lot of pressure on them.
Just look at that last delivery. 148k, so Akhtar hasn't lost too much pace. I can guarantee you, maybe on average he's not the Shoaib Akhtar of old, but 148 is seriously quick when you face it.
Oh, this time Guptill goes to the leg side. There's a fielder back there. They'll get the one. A good over from Shoaib Akhtar. Only 2 off it. New Zealand 57 for 3. 87 runs to win for New Zealand. 6 overs gone. Fielding restrictions are now off. 7 wickets in hand. Good crowd here at Eden Park today. Boxing Day, public holiday. Come out to enjoy some cricket. And I've seen some good entertainment today. A new looking Eden Park.
It's been highly entertaining, this run chase so far. You've got Guptill smashing huge sixes, 33 from just 16 balls. You've had Shoaib Akhtar charging in like the Shoaib of old. 3 wickets for him. Now we get to see, are you known to New Zealanders? Riaz, the left armour.
Oh, Guptill hits it hard. Looks like Martin Guptill's hit it so hard he might have even broken his bat. Look at this. Oh, he's got a hand to it, but you're never going to catch those, are you?
Didn't sound that great, did it?
It's come right off the toe. That would have been a heck of a start for Wahab. Couldn't get it in that left hand. Pakistan still attacking. Slip in place. Well, they have to keep chipping wickets away. So for me, Shoaib Akhtar's bowled 3 overs. I'd bowl him 4. I'd give him his last and final one and say, give us everything you've got.
Well, I used to recall, actually, when you watched him or opened up against him in test matches as well, it was generally his 4th over was the quickest he bowled, and then he would tend to peter off after that. So let him bowl it as the quickest. Give him 4 straight, because if you take him off and bring him back, he often takes just that one over to get loose again. And he's an older gentleman too, an older statesman nowadays, and I imagine he'll probably stiffen up running around in the outfield.
He looks a bit hot and bothered, doesn't he? He's done a good job. Shahid Afridi, boom boom. He could well be having a bit of a bowl, the captain.
Well, that motion there suggests that perhaps he's coming on, and we won't see Shah bowl 4th just yet. He still has, if he bowls Shah out, he still has Gull, who's only bowled 1 over, who can be an attacking wicket taker as well. Still has plenty of overs up his sleeve. I thought maybe he might think, well, okay, I can bring my fast bowler back later on, maybe to bowl the second to last or the last over, but I don't think this game will go to the last over. I'll be very surprised if it does. The only way it will go towards the last over is if they can take more wickets through the middle.
Swings hard and fast, flies through mid-wicket and picks up a boundary.
Pretty good placement here from Guptill, because he knows the man at mid-wicket is up in the circle, so plenty of room if he gets it either side. And this time he goes over the top. If you hit it over the top of those men in close, generally there's not one behind them. Good intelligent blow.
Oh, he gets it fine this time. Wayard goes a bit straighter, and Guptill is up to it, picks up consecutive boundaries. End of the over, New Zealand 67 for 3.
Yeah, not good this from the bowler. He just had a good ball taken away for 4. This time he gets too close, and those are easy pickings, really easy pickings for a bloke who's hitting the ball well. And Guptill finally up in the ring, fast, bouncy wicket, just had to get something on it. Well, as always, the National Bank heavily involved in cricket at all levels this summer, and you can find out all the details of the various initiatives on the website, nationalcricketclub.co.nz. If you're a player or a fan, make sure you check that out. You'll see the Black Caps there, and also the National Bank's new ambassador, Shane Bond, will be at those clubs.
Right, change in the bowling. Shahid Afridi is going to bowl his leg spin. His fast leg spin is vastly experienced. Good average. Runs per over is very good, just above 6, and this form of the game is outstanding. So he's decided as captain that he's going to keep Shah backed up for 1 over. A little bit later if things get close. Freddie has a knack of picking up key wickets. Not a big turner of the ball. Rolls his leggies out, but has a happy knack of getting key players out. He's got plenty of options up his sleeve, you're right, Rig. Umar Gull still with 3. Plenty of options. You get 2. Keep it to 1. Good work from Shahid. Of course, Martin Guptill's had the advantage of playing against these guys earlier in the week for Auckland. Got 30 odd, I think, with the bat, so he's seen their bowlers and he's continuing on that good form today.
Oh, lovely bowling, Sedway! Bowling, boy! Up with Shabbat! You're in!
And the bounce. Interesting spot for Taylor to come in at number 5, Mark. We're generally used to him coming in at 3 or 4.
It's a good situation though. The run rate is well under control. He got a little bit of time in the crease in the middle.
What a shot that is. Short from Afridi, and Ross Taylor pulls it away for 4. Excellent shot.
Yeah, nice freebie, this one, to get his innings underway boundaries-wise. But yeah, as I was saying, he's had some time in the middle in his last game for the Central Stags. Now he has an opportunity to get himself in, take his time for the Black Caps. He hasn't been in great form of late, but those help.
I've said 2 straight away. Gupta was very quick. And they do it easy. Brilliant running. Taylor comes back for 2. Into the over. New Zealand 75 for 3. That's the equation. 69 from 72. So New Zealand got off to a fast start. And they're at the point now where Pakistan innings really fell away. Tim Southee hat-trick was the key there. But New Zealand grey worm is well ahead of where they need to be. That yellow line is under control at the moment. So after 8 overs, 75 for 3, Pakistan 62 for 5, and things got worse thanks to Tim Southee. And they lost wickets all the way through, really, Pakistan, so had no momentum through their innings. Another bowling change, Mohammad Hafiz, the off spinner. He's going to bowl from the southern end. Gupta comes down, tries to go over the top. Has he got enough? He has! Wow, he hit to the shorter boundary, Martin Gupta, but he hit it well enough just to get over the fielder's head.
Well, he used his feet first ball he placed from Ajmal. And he did the same to Hafiz. And 50 for Gupta as well. Here's the 6. Yeah, used his feet. Good blow. Man back there. Knows it's a short boundary. And he trusts his ability to middle it and get it over the top. It's been a very, very good 50. Strike rate 222.
Made an excellent innings. Equals the record for the fastest 50 in T20 cricket of 23 deliveries. Which is also held by Aaron Redmond. So superb knock from Gupta. That's the New Zealand record for the fastest T20 50. 23 deliveries has been good all around the wicket. Features being the good running, some big sixes. And the crowd have enjoyed it. It should be wide. Billy Bowden says it is. It's been a top knot. And Gupta moved up to open with no Brendan McCullum today. And he's answered the call. Well, Pakistan searching for a wicket. They need something here. It's in the air.
Crowd catch, also commentator's catch by the sounds there, Macca. They're just doing it easy right now, aren't they? The odd good decent blow and then knocking it around, chipping around for 1s and 2s. 87 for 3.
This is Martin Gupta today. Batted beautifully. Got underway with a couple of nice shots through the offside of Abdul Razak. Big 6 down the ground. Really got underway nice and quickly. That was a massive 6 up into the west stand of Shoaib Akhtar. He doubled it up. And really has played all around the ground nicely. Nice running between the wickets and some big 6s down the ground. And Gupta brought up his 50 off 23 balls. And look at that. 6 into the west stand, 111 metres. And he comes down the ground again, keen to use his feet.
Well, he's shown what's capable. It's really the Pakistan players should have been capable of doing as well on the surface. I think this is a wonderful batting surface. The pace and bounce. He's been able to hit the ball straight with power. He's been able to hit the ball square with power.
54 from 64 in this form of the game is not a difficult equation. And they're doing it well, these two. Good running between the wickets is vital as well.
Well, from the situation too, I think New Zealand, first game of the series, should make a statement as well. They might think we can just knock this round, but I think they should try to win this with a couple of overs to spare.
Oh, he's sent back. He's in trouble. Oh, I think the dive's got him back. It was a good call from Taylor because Guptill took off and there was never one there.
Well, if he does get back here, he's done very well to turn and get back because he got a long way down. He was just turning as the ball was in hand and the throw just was good enough. That out. I think he's about an inch short. Yep, comfortably out.
What a shame. It was a good dive, but you're right, Rick. He's well short of his ground, even with the big dive. And we will see on that screen, OUT. There it is in red. So, Martin Guptill, his fine innings comes to an end through being run out. And he has to depart.
A lame old end to a great innings, that. A little push and miscommunication and turn and run out, but a heck of an innings from Martin Guptill. He can raise his bat, he can feel quite chuffed with what he's done here today. 91 for 4.
Really sad way for an innings to come to an end. He took off straight away, but it was good work from the fielder, anticipated where the ball was going. There was never one there. The fact that he got back and got some close shows how quick Martin Guptill is. I think he knew that he was in a bit of trouble. So Pakistan get the breakthrough they've been looking for. And that means James Franklin comes out to the middle to join his skipper. And he is a man in form with the bat. Those figures don't quite do justice to James Franklin. Very good batsman, and he's shown that on the recent trip to India.
Well, he's getting better, isn't he? He's improving as a batsman. He's starting to find his feet, realise the talent that a lot of people have seen him do at the provincial level. He's been able to take that to the international level. He has of late. He needs to continue to do that.
Franklin beaten. Umar Akmal says, how about that? Billy Bowden wants to have a look.
No, he's confident here. Umar Akmal is very, very confident here. He thinks he snaffled one. Look at him. He thinks it's out. He was demanding for it. The minute they went upstairs, his reaction was, yes, I've got it, boys.
Well, has James Franklin either lifted the foot or just dragged it forward? He's dragged it forward. Does he get it back? I don't think he does. I don't know. There's nothing behind the line.
That's on the line, yeah, so that's out. I'll tell you what, Umar Akmal's got a keen pair of eyes because he was only on the line. He knew the minute he took these bails off that he was in with the show here. He could obviously see a bit of the line behind the foot. This wait for the movement. That's on the line. I don't think there's anything grounded behind the line there. I think Franklin should find himself on his way.
Yep, it's on the line. The bail's being dislodged a couple of frames before that. I think he's going to be in trouble here, James Franklin. That's a good piece of keeping from Umar Akmal, especially when you think he's only part-time. And you're right, Rig, he did know. Though that's the usual reaction you get out of wicket keepers these days. They think everything's out. Very tough, but I think it's only a frame or two in it. And I'm not sure Franklin's got back behind that white line. The bail's dislodged there.
It's hard to tell, isn't it? Because at the point the bail's come off, his foot's in line with that middle stump, so it's hard to tell. The more the third umpire looks at this, and if he has doubt, and if he can't decide, then he's got to go in favour of the batsman. So the longer this plays out, the more it plays into the favour of Franklin. And it has played into Franklin's favour. The batsman gets the benefit of the doubt. Third umpire could not make up his mind, and he does the right thing.
I'm a little bit stunned, to be honest, Rigger.
Well, I had no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind that when I saw that very early on, I thought, no, he's on the line. So had I been the third umpire, I probably would have given it out. But the third umpire has doubt. He doesn't see what I see, and that's fair enough. It's his prerogative. And I think he's made the right decision in that case, if he has doubt.
Reprieve for Franklin. That was first ball.
Catch it!
That was second ball. End of a good Afridi over. New Zealand 91 for 4.
Going along quite nicely here for New Zealand. They have lost a wicket recently. It was a run out of Guptill, who was the player who was in and striking it well. Fastest 50 for New Zealand in T20 cricket. He's gone now, but the situation's still loaded in favour of New Zealand at 91 for 4. The comparison is very good reading. Craig Ramillan has left me. As Raj has joined me. Something special required here, Ramesh.
Well, they need more wickets, and that's the only way they can stop the flow of runs. It's as simple as that. And I think that Guptill's magnificent innings has got Pakistan thinking, and I think advantage clearly with New Zealand because he was magnificent. Tilted the balance in favour of New Zealand. Pakistan's real hope is through Afridi and Saeed Ajmal. The spinners really will have to weave magic.
In conditions that really aren't giving them much assistance, hard. It's not really turning. They need to be backed up by their fieldsmen, and probably some sloppy play from New Zealand as well in the second half of their run chase.
I think they've got to make use of the breeze that is pretty decent. If you're not getting anything out of the track, the next best available thing is to really make use of the breeze.
Through, that was perilously close to full slip. A lot finer than Franklin was aiming, but he got it to the boundary.
No spin from Saeed Ajmal. Went back, and Yunus Khan clearly late on that one. It was almost at the middle of the bat, and really would have been a great take. He had no chance in the end.
Ball always travels very quickly when it's slashed at like that.
It's pulling a little too flat. Only be one in with all that drama. You got to flight the ball, make use of the breeze. Well, that's why at times he goes flat, Saeed Ajmal.
Well, if he is too flat on the surface, he'll be easy pickings in terms of singles. He's got to look to bowl for wickets and maybe just get the ball up there and encourage the batsmen's eyes light up and have them go after it.
Catch it!
97 for 4. Right, I think Simon Dill has nabbed Daniel Vittori.
Yeah, thanks very much, Rick. I've got Daniel Vittori beside me. Well, Dan, first of all, what do you make of the newly revamped Eden Park?
It looks great. I was saying before that I think particularly for cricket, it's great viewing, and I think you get a better feel for it. Just extend these straight boundaries a little bit, I'd be really happy.
Not a great ground for the spinners still, with the straight boundaries being short, mate.
No, it's a bit difficult, but I think it makes for great cricket as well. I think you see the pace of Akhtar and Milne earlier on, and as the ball flies and it gives you chances, but it's also a bit tough on bowlers at times.
Let's talk a little bit about Adam Milne. We'll just watch a Freddie here to Franklin. Cut away nicely. That'll be 4 more. So James Franklin, a little reprieve perhaps with the stumping, but good shot there. So Dan, talk about Adam Milne a little bit, because we were quite impressed with his pace. So what do you make of him?
I think it's really encouraging. I think if you look around world cricket these days, pace is such an asset, and captains, coaches, selectors, everyone's looking for guys with pace, and Milne showed that today, and actually thought he bowled really well. His figures didn't show how well he bowled, so I think if we can give him as much confidence as possible, he could be a real find for New Zealand cricket.
What about yourself, mate? You're looking at some rehab at the moment. I guess that's just ab work, is it? Plenty of sit-ups?
Yeah, plenty of sit-ups. Bit of relaxing. It's been quite a long time away, so reacquaint myself with the family and really look to build up for those test matches, because I think if we can play well here, get some wins under our belt and win that test series, I think everyone will be pretty happy about that.
It brings a good point, because, I mean, getting on a winning roll is such an important thing for this side, isn't it? Had a tough couple of tours, so a win today would be fantastic.
Yeah, it would. It'd start things off great for Righty and everyone involved, and I think that's so important, because I think no matter what all the criticisms that's gone on, all anyone wants to do is win. And I think once you do that and feel good about yourself, then I think the team can get back to where it belongs and hopefully get some confidence before that World Cup.
Speaking of John Wright, you're getting a little bit of time to have a chat and get to know him a little better?
Yeah, we've known each other for a little while, and we've since Wrighty's appointment, we've talked quite a bit on the phone. Had to get a chance to sort of see how each other wants to take the team forward, and we're pretty much on the same page. So it's exciting. I know he loves New Zealand cricket, and that's a great start for anyone.
All right, mate, and what do you make of the next couple of games against Pakistan, the 2020s? Looking to stick with the same sort of side? Do you think they'll keep playing Adam Milne? Because I think with the excitement that he brings, he's got to play some cricket to get some confidence under his belt. Yeah,
I hope so. I think what he showed today was enough for a lot of the guys. Everyone spoke about him when they came off the field, that he bowled with good heat, and they really enjoyed seeing him bowl. And I think the same with Dean Brownlee. Only a few balls out there, but he looks like he's got a nice make-up to be successful at this form of the game, and keep bringing these young guys through, putting pressure on everyone. It makes for a competitive unit.
All right, Dan, thanks very much for joining us. 104 for 4.
Yeah, not brilliant debuts for the two fellas on debut, Milne and Brownlee, but you can't judge them on one game alone, and they should hopefully get all 3.
Never easy, because you're still feeling the environment, the pedestal can be difficult for youngsters, but surely there's some talent there. I tell you, there's some serious talent behind the stumps. A guy who's keeping for the first time ever. He hasn't even kept at club level. He was asked to practice during the net session that Pakistan had before coming to this tour at Lahore, and he's been wonderful.
It's in the genes, it's in the family. Khan Akmal is the usual wicket keeper for Pakistan. Akmal being his brother. Might have wicket kept in backyard cricket at the family home once or twice,
I'm sure. But he's really chirpy like his brother.
Ball's just skidding on, and Ross Taylor can be quite adept at just chipping it away on the onside there for a single. So I think the skid of this wicket is just beating the bat at the moment. Oh, has to get back. Never won there. Never won.
I think that is what Pakistan need to do. Put pressure on this pair, squeeze the runs, be attacking in the field, especially the men in the ring need to attack the ball and be aggressive, just like that. Got home quite easily, and in the end no damage done, but good spirit from Shahid Afridi, good energy from him.
Another go at it. He's desperate to get a single there. It's good stuff from Frank at the other end, who's turning him down. And turning him down quickly, overcalling Taylor. Overcalling the bloke who's the captain as well and a senior member of the team. So it's good stuff from Franklin there. Tries again. And the same result. 105 for 4. Run chasers well in control by the Black Caps. They just need 5.5 runs per over. And 7 overs remaining for them. 105 for 4. They've gone about this well. They got away to a quick start. They've lost a few wickets, but whenever they've needed to find the boundary in the middle, they've done it. They've picked up their singles. 1 point got up over 6 runs and over after the fast start, but they brought it back to under 6s very quickly.
This is a good wake-up call for Pakistan, because usually they're pretty decent at T20 cricket. But batting didn't click today, and so as a result, bowling has been under pressure. Omar Gul, we know, can reverse swing the ball. He'll make use of the breeze as well.
Little inside edge.
Expect Pakistan to play a lot better in the next T20. They haven't lost this one, but look to be going down quite quickly. At the same stage, they were 88 for 7 in the middle order, just collapsed, nose-dived from nowhere.
Anything down the leg side is generally called nowadays. A slip in place, which I think is good from Shade Afridi as well. He knows the importance of wickets here. He's deciding where he wants to have his attacking pieces, which is never easy, because you have to also maintain a defensive mindset in this game as well. But he knows wickets are important. He doesn't want any finest edges beating his wicketkeeper or the slip. So he has a slip in place.
Pakistan obviously toying with the idea of playing some youngsters. New combination is being developed by Shahid Afridi, for example, the captain himself opening the innings in T20 format. New keeper in the shape of Umar Akmal. New number 3 batsman also. There's a lot of combinations that have been tried in the last 6 months, and Pakistan still not yet comfortable with a set position.
That will go, and that will go for 6. It didn't sound brilliantly timed, but it's the longest boundary at the ground today, and it went over it quite comfortably.
That's the other thing that New Zealand batsmen have done so very well, picking up the length early and putting the ball away square through the leg side. That's the third 6 that I can remember that's been hammered over mid-wicket. Good pick-up shot, was in position early and away it went.
Very much a short arm jab. Never really extended the arms, but got the bottom hand through it well. Franklin. This time square, not one bounce down there. You have to be careful. Genuine front foot outside edge, nearly carried all the way down to third man. It shows how short that boundary is. It's about 48 metres.
I think Pakistan will be well served having Shahid Afridi playing down the order. I think it will give Pakistan batting line a bit of strength as we have a look at that leg side boundary. It was a 6, 85 metres 6 that was.
Yeah, 85 metres, it's a good hit.
Just feel that having Shahid Afridi in the middle order gives Pakistan a little bit of hope and push when the the early middle order collapses. Ahmed Shahzad, who is supposed to bat at number 3, still young, still learning the art to survive at this level. Got to put Asad Shafiq up the order, make him bat at number 1 position. He didn't play the game today, but he's a good young batsman. Hafiz has done well. He's become a regular. So a few adjustments needed by Pakistan. I'm sure they'll look at it.
So 9 from the over, more than what's required. 114 for 4.
Select one of the following mega hits to be in to win with Mitre 10 Mega. David Warner. Kieran Noima Barnett. Ross Taylor. Press the red button on your Sky remote and select A, B or C to enter the daily draw to win a $200 gift card from Mitre 10 and Mitre 10 Mega Stores and the grand prize to the value of $2,000.
Looking at the Pakistan team, Ramesh, I was expecting to see a lot of names I didn't recognise, but I recognise them all, and it's not that young a team. Now, of course, I'd imagine the focus for Pakistan is the one-day World Cup, and we've got 6 one-day internationals coming after the Test matches, after these 3 T20s. Will the one-day team, which I don't think's been named yet in Pakistan yet, will it probably mirror what we're seeing here in the T20s?
I think most of these players will feature in the one-day series. There'll not be a lot of surprises. Back home, we know that Shahid Afridi want some of the players who've not been selected because of other reasons than cricket, but he's got to live with what he's got.
Very well done, boys. Very well done, Shabash. Fiz bhai,
Hafiz, who had a difficult first over, went for 12. Just look for a minute there. Ross Taylor was just crabbing across to the offside, which often suggests he's going for the big one. Over mid-wicket, but he resisted the urge and punched down the ground for a single.
Strong presence of field on the leg side for Ross Taylor. We know he moves across or inside the line of the ball and then can build the ball hard over square leg and mid-wicket. That is his zone, his area of strength. But resisted on that last occasion, just played it straight through mid-on for 1.
That's close. That's hit the pad first. He demands it and he gets it. The crooked finger of Billy Bowden goes up, and I think that's a good decision. The ball hit the bat, but it hit the pad first.
Yes, if that is the case, then it is a brilliant decision, because things happen so quickly that it can deceive the watchful eye of the umpire. Yes, the ball just went straight with the arm. Billy Bowden had a close look at it. James Franklin a little surprised and a little moved by that decision, but he's got to go for 19. New Zealand 115 for 5. Clearly looking a little surprised there, James Franklin, but undone by a quicker bunt from Mohammad Hafiz.
Well, he looks miffed, but I think he feels this might have been sliding down. He knows he's hit it, but I don't think that's the problem. It hit the pad all right, but if it hits the pad first, it's out. Hit him on the back pad with a lot of angle, bowled from wide around the wicket, sliding on towards the leg stump. If there was doubt for me as whether it was going down leg side, the fact that it hit him on the back pad was probably enough to convince Billy Bowden. Well, Virgil says it's taking a good chunk of leg.
It's a very good decision from Billy Bowden. Read it absolutely spot on.
Pete McGleeson, who is a far better player than those figures suggest. 115 for 5. New Zealand have just lost the wicket of James Franklin, but things still under control. Pete McGlashan is out there. He's faced one delivery, and there's a change in the commentary box. It's Ian Smith and Craig McMillan.
Thanks, Mark. And there's a change in the bowling too, and it's one that had to be made because Pakistan continue to have to take wickets. He's got 3 of them already. Shoaib Akhtar, Martin Guptill did smash him over deep wide mid-wicket a couple of times for massive sixes, but you feel it if he could rattle a cage here of Ross Taylor and maybe one other, this could be a really close finish. After all, here's Shoaib, and that'll fly. Just over third man for 6. All about the pace there in the short boundary.
Wow, Shoaib's back, all guns blazing. Taylor gets some width, and if he gets any width, he just frees the hands, goes hard at it, and he got enough on it to beat that man at third man. Beat him easy in the end. Just the start to the over for New Zealand.
Yeah, Wahab is a tall man, and he was in business just momentarily. Isn't it totally assured Ross Taylor? He's still there and he's fighting hard. It's more like it. It's eased through the offside, and that is just sweetly timed.
Oh, that's a beautiful cricket shot from Ross Taylor this time. Pure cover drive from the fast man Shoaib Akhtar. All of a sudden, 10 runs have come off the first 2 deliveries. Hit it hard into the pitch and it bounced over cover. Raced away. And that will give him some confidence out of the middle. Gunnermore blade.
Just have a look at Ahmed here. I'm surprised. What the heck is this?
Nearly got barbecued. That gave him a real fright, didn't it? Well done, Shazid. That was nasty, that. Oh, New Zealand only needed 19 now from 27. Plenty of time.
Now, Ross Taylor's taken it upon himself to win this game, and that's commendable. It's been the case of New Zealand batsmen who haven't really done that of late. Okay, this is 2020 cricket, it's not a one-day international, but the added responsibility of being captain today to see his side home, even if it does take them into the last over to do it.
It's a good wee test for Peter McGlashan as well. Can come in, get a nod out next to his name and see New Zealand home. Plenty of time, so can make sure he's there at the end. Gain some confidence from having a nod out, Smithy.
Well, it will. I mean, because his batting record, as we flashed up, is not good. Averaging just over 3. He's so much a better player than that, we all know. And it's a case of being able to step up to the next level, transfer that domestic form. $16 overs gone, and it's 126 for 5. Now, make sure you select your man of the match and text his surname to 2401. Yes, 2401, and be in to win $500 with the National Bank, as well as the grand prize of $5,000. How good would that be? The players selected will be given the honour of selecting a cricket club in New Zealand for the National Bank to also donate $500 to. Key here, make sure you spell the name exactly as it is displayed on the graphic in front of you there. 126 for 5. You may well think that Tim Southey with a hat-trick might be part of it. And 5 wickets, and that gets away For Umar Akmal, it'll be a couple of wides.
Yeah, Tim Southee would be high on the list, I would think, Smithy. 5 for 18 from his 4 overs. He was a catalyst for stalling Pakistan, keeping them to well under a par total on this very good wicket.
Yeah, you're right. I suppose you could factor in Martin Guptill with magnificent timing, 2 massive sixes off Shoaib Akhtar. And they were a delight as well.
Very well done, Peaceboy, very well done.
Probably the 2 standouts for the day from New Zealand's point of view, Guptill and Southee. Gee, you take Guptill's 54 out of this total and all of a sudden New Zealand would be struggling. Really got the innings underway. Fast start, brought up his 50 off 23 deliveries, Martin Guptill, which was a New Zealand record. Jesse Ryder missed out today. It's been in good form for Wellington, but the man next to Martin Guptill stood up, performed beautifully.
Not getting the radar right often enough here. Hafiz just giving away gifts. With a moderate total. Ross Taylor, watching him ball after ball, resist the urge to try and test that onside boundary. Just shuffles across and there he goes. Couldn't wait any longer, and it doesn't matter because he's got it perfect.
Almost like there's a microphone straight out to the pitch, because Smithy, he called it. He's been circumspect, taking his time, Ross Taylor. And he's decided that he's had enough. Steps across and pings him to mid-wicket. Strong shot from Taylor, his favourite shot, we all know that. And it's gone 15 rows back. Good catch too. High in the crowd, excellent catch, look at that. He's been waiting for that for a while.
Well, that's pretty much sealed the deal now. New Zealand just requiring 8 runs to win. Yeah, plenty of time. Hasn't been without its hiccups, but it's been pretty controlled run chase. And still so much in terms of balls left in the bank. Still 18 after this one. Taylor gives himself room and swats another one right up and towards the same spot. 2 sixes in the over, and New Zealand are now 142 for 5, all but.
I'm not very good at getting out of bed really early, so I try to leave about 8 o'clock, but often it's 20 to 9. On my way to work, I'll read the newspaper, and I really like that. I get to work sort of feeling like I know about the world. I could drive if I wanted to. I think by commuting, I kind of feel like I do my bit for the environment.
At UE, how you use or don't use your car could save you lots. Call 13UE or go to UE.com.au.
142 for 5, and last rights you would assume, and on the back of big sixes from Ross Taylor.
Yeah, they were. Took a long handle to Muhammad Hafiz, put him up into the stand. He's been resisting the urge all innings, and he's done a good job. New Zealand skipper today, Ross Taylor. That was the second one, gave himself some room and laced it. She raced along to 39, Taylor. And only 2 needed now for New Zealand to put a big W next to their name, so that's good, Smithy.
Oh, that's the perfect way to start a home international season, particularly after a bad run. And Peter McGlashan says, let me do it, please. And he does get his nod out, and with the reverse sweep brings up first blood to New Zealand, and they've done it in style. They'll win this game by 5 wickets with 2.5 overs to spare, and it's been convincing. Ross Taylor, congratulations there from Shoaib Akhtar, who played his part, but he didn't get enough support in the wicket column, and because Pakistan's innings was only moderate, they left it for themselves to do it all in the field, and they weren't able to manage it. So Taylor, the captain, he says yes indeed, and I'll accept the responsibility. He finishes 39 not out. Pakistan 143 for 9, New Zealand 146 for 5. A win by 5 wickets and a victory, a much needed victory to the home side. They now lead the series 1-0.